I'm rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While other sweater style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was called with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rocker at Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly. Right? Yeah. Throw your hands in the air and whatever like you just don't care. And if you got salute and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. Yeah, party people in the place to be. Welcome to what we call the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your main man, the number one chief rocker in Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezy. I'll soon be joined by Coach Malpeak. He's waiting backstage. He got a lot to say to y'all, man. He miss y'all. And he going to rock the mic for a little bit, man. We're going to be here for a little while, rocking and rolling. Man, King Ribby is in the building. What's good? T. Smith. Jamie Peralta. What's good? Keith Turner's in the building. Coach, what's good, boss? Kaiser Sose.
What's up, chat? What's up, Freezy?
What's good, Coach?
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. But it's all right.
It's all right. We lost to our arch rivals, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little frustrated, man.
NBA final participant.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true.
The team who's had Ray Allen and Larry Bird play for him.
Yeah.
And still
Danny Ainge
couldn't touch the NBA the team record for most threes in a game.
Yeah.
That team,
Coach. That team. You mean that team that set the record on us Saturday night? That team.
Yep. That team.
Coach, I got a feeling you got something to say, man. You want me to move out the way so you can?
I do.
All right. I'm gonna get y'all.
You can stay, whatever. I'm gonna
go cook me a grilled cheese sandwich, bro. I got a taste for one.
I need some elbow room for this.
Here it is.
Yo, what's up, party people? This is your main man, Coach Malpeak.
You want me to throw the graphic?
Man. Huh?
You want me to throw the graphic? Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna talk about something that my man Uncle Freezy, he put on the thumbnail for this video. It's a little something called Adapt or Die. You see these three names on the screen? Some people say, who is that? We remember this guy, Kevin Love, but lately he's been a who is that. Before every game, everyone's like, who is that? And who is that? Remember the first game of the year? Who was Santi Aldama? Who is that? Well, almost every team in the league has some who is that's. Some 6'8" or taller, power forward type who mostly go undrafted. A lot of people who maybe follow them in college know who they are, but we go in the pregame and we see a name, and we're all basketball fans, but we still say, "Who is that?" Well, by the end of all these games, we know who that is. They're guys that score and do things on us for some reason that they don't do it the rest of the year, as the example of this graphic says. These dudes are making as many threes as they're scoring their average. So they have more 3-pointers made almost than what their whole points per game average is for the season. So is that a player problem? Is that a coaching problem? Well, I tend to think it's a little bit of a coaching problem because I feel our players are doing all they can in the sets that they're given. They're closing out. A lot of these threes are kind of tough. Then all of a sudden someone drives and there's a kick out to some who is that guy. So getting back to the adapt or die. That term, in case you haven't heard of it before, adapt or die, was kind of made famous recently by a movie called Moneyball from the old Oakland Athletics analytics stuff. The big line that Brad Pitt said in the movie was adapt or die, which we all know what nature means. Adaptation is you adapt to your environment. You gain a feature, whether it be psychologically or physically, to help you survive. It's a response to survive. And that happens in sports, particularly with our team. A man by the name of Tom Thibodeau, who we all know has been known to do things the old way or his way. Is this a Tibbs problem? Is our coach not adapting to the change of the NBA? Because look, all the elite teams in the NBA can shoot well, guys. This isn't going to end. The whole league has a whole bunch of shooters. This is something we need to fix. Okay? We have played a pretty good game, I think. We had 3 guys scoring 20 points. We stayed in the game for the most part, but we could not keep up when you trade 2s for 3s. You just can't win a game like that. We'll touch on that, our team side of it, soon, I'm sure. So in the end, I just want to know, is everyone on board with me about our coach, Tom Thibodeau? He needs to adapt or he's going to die. His job, that is. I don't want him to die in real life, but his job. So something for you to think about. I know a lot of us are already calling for his head. So I'm willing to say we need to make this adjustment, this adaptation. Let's cover that perimeter and make people beat us to the rim. So that's just my take on this. I'd love to hear what some more we got to say. And go Knicks. That's all I got to say. So Uncle Freeze, you can come back if you want. If not, I'll keep rocking. Don't matter. I'm going to check out chat, see what some of y'all are saying. I just want to say shout out to Travel Vibes. Oh, my main man, Selly. Selly's in the house. Thanks for being here. Sherwin, we don't always agree, but I love you, brother. You're in the house. Kaza Sose, King Ribby, Keith Turner, T. Smith, Jaime Peralta. What's going on, my man? Knicks Nation, 112. Just want to say I thank y'all for coming. I wonder if some of y'all feel the same way I do. about this situation. I feel it's a Tibbs problem, guys. It's a Tibbs problem. So I really think our players are playing well. I really think, there's always things we got to work on. We had 3 men in our starting lineup this last game who were never in the rotation for the Knicks before. This is the first time these guys have played together only 9 games. This team, the Knicks. I think as players, they're all gonna gel. They're gonna start having some more chemistry. I think we've been seeing signs of it, and I know a lot of you called me crazy before the season when I called the starting lineup who it should be, and it did happen this last game. Unfortunately, it didn't produce a win, but that was the defending Eastern Conference champions we played, and that was them playing at their best shooting wise. You can't play a team with that many shooters and try to beat them when they got that many people shooting that well. Sam Hauser, come on, man. I mean, Dean Wade, come on, man. Almada. I mean, we could pick out a guy every game. It just seems like the way Tibbs' defense is laid out, something about his scheme is making this like 4, whether it's whoever it is, someone playing at the 4 is open every time. I know it's not because of Randall. It's not like because he's playing bad defense. It's just the rotations, the defensive rotations, that what he expects, all the help defense that's going on. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Just cover the perimeter at this point. I mean, I know a lot of them shots that Boston had, I mean, they were contested. There was guys jumping in their face. I mean, when you got 2 stars, 2 scoring talent guys like a Brown and a Tatum, you can't beat them if they shoot like that. You just can't, because like while one's going off, Tatum didn't really get going until later in that game. We all saw that. So I'm not trying to lay out excuses or give like any free passes, to the RJs of the world and the Brunsons of the world and the Randalls and all that stuff. I don't feel we lost that game because of that. We lost that game because we played a steamrolling team that was making all their threes, and we hung in there for as much as we could. And I don't think they could have been beat by anybody shooting like that last night. Was it because of our defense? Maybe a little bit. But Noah Vonleh, the only 3 he's made all year, only 3 he's shot all year, and that man made one. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I know Uncle Freezy was supposed to come back. I was just waiting to see if there's any technical difficulties. But I don't mind rocking with y'all, obviously. I was going to try to get some y'all in here, but I can't put a link in the chat. I don't have a wrench next to my name, so I can't do that either. But what's up, Drip Moore? How you doing? Salute to you. Salute. Trying to see who else is rocking in the chat I didn't address before. So now with that being said, I want to hit you guys up for a little opinion. I'd like to hear in the chat, is it Tibbs or is it team? And I don't want to see like some of you guys saying, oh, it's a little of both or both or neither or none of that stuff. Like in your heart, do you feel the problem right now is Tibbs or the team? So if you guys can do that in chat, I want to kind of see what some of y'all's opinion are. Tibbs or team? Well, I see your opinion, Kaiser Sose, but he's not known for his 3-point shooting, and no one's ever called him a stretch three. He's just a five. I mean, a stretch five. I said stretch three. I think iHeart. You know, I've given my opinion on iHeart many times.
You said stretch three.
Yeah, I said three on accident. I meant five. I still had three in my head from all the threes being shot. It's like that's all I see.
God.
Three.
Paranoia. Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. I was just rambling on with the boys after the point I made. I was asking their opinion if they felt our problem was Tibbs or the team.
You know what? We have a graphic. You want to show the graphic?
Yeah, sure.
Is it Tibbs or the team? Chat, y'all tell us if it's Tibbs or the team. We're going to show this graphic, right? I'll let Coach lead the way, right? I think Coach saw this maybe for about 10 or so seconds. So y'all chill out. Let Coach take his time and break this thing down just real quick, and then we'll get into what we think it might be, right? So here it is, Coach.
All right, let's see. You should have that song. You're as cold as ice. Sacrifice our love.
I put this thing on loop, but it wouldn't loop. Okay, all right. I put it on loop, but it didn't.
All right, so
I got to keep clicking it. Damn it.
Coach Tibbs' defense through 9 games. We are 17th in the league, and we have 30 teams in the league, just so you know. So that's the bottom half.
Yep.
We got field goals attempted against us. We are 30th in the league. That's not good. So people are jacking up shots on us.
Yep. I got you.
And the other part that jumps out to me, 43%. People are only shooting 43% against us, though. Yep. We're second in the league in defending shots.
Right.
But these teams seem to be jacking up a lot of shots on us.
Yep.
And a lot of those shots are of the 3-point variety.
Yep.
And simple math tells you can make less threes than twos and still score more points.
Right.
By making less baskets. So people in 3-pointers, actually people only shooting 35% on us. So, and that's 12th in the league. That's in the top half of the league. If you're talking eight teams on both sides of the playoff picture, final playoff picture, that's 16 teams. We're 12th. So we're a playoff level team when it comes to defending the three, technically, percentage wise.
Right.
So points allowed, we're 22nd. That's not good. 116 a game almost. So for some reason, people are jacking up a lot of shots on us, and a lot of those shots are 3-pointers. So,
yep.
Is it the scheme, or is it just teams getting hot on us at the right time? Which it's not even that they're hot, because they're only shooting 35%. Right. And I know we played a couple teams that did really bad, so that kind of skews that stat, in a 9-game season.
Right.
But when teams are on against us, it's just the volume. They're getting volume up. So is it Tibbs overplaying the inside? Are we defending the drives and the rim too much and allowing these threes? Like, what are we doing? Are our players effort? Are they lazily trying to cover these threes? I don't know. I don't think so. Does Coach Tibbs' defense purposely leave a player open that normally doesn't score over 10 points a game? I think that's what he's doing, Uncle Freezy. That's kind of in defense. Now, is that a proper way to play? You know,
what I would say to Knicks fans right now is, okay, so my instincts is telling me to tell Knicks fans to shut up. That's my instincts, right? You always complain about a thing, and then when you get it, you complain about that thing. Coach, let me show you something here.
all right.
Look at the number of attempts per game, 30th.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with the field goal percentage, which is second.
Mm-hmm.
That means the Knicks fans wanted us to increase the pace of play. Right? You remember last year? Oh my God, the team is so slow. We walk up the ball and blah, blah, blah. Now teams are taking more shots on us.
Yep.
And now we complain about the defense. When you look at field goal percentage, that's second, 43.1.
Yeah.
And before this Boston game, we were at 41%. You feel me?
Yeah.
Knicks fans, what do you want? You wanted us to pick up the pace. Coach, they wanted us to pick up the pace, right?
Yep.
Oh, Julius Randle bringing the ball up.
You slaying this, bro. Just keep, bro.
Right.
Keep killing them.
That's what you want. Knicks fans, this is what y'all wanted.
Get them.
The defense in the half court is immaculate, outstanding. Bro, second in the NBA.
We're defending each shot. We're defending more shots pretty much than anybody else, and we're making people. We're stopping people more than they're making.
Only the Milwaukee Bucks have a lower field goal percentage against than us.
Right.
And now we're talking about. And now, granted, I want to go back to this, Coach. Because I want to go back to this. I want to show everybody this. When I was researching this, I thought I was going to have a list of like 10 players or 9 players that destroyed us from 3. But when I looked at the list, I didn't have a list. These are the only 3 players that destroyed us from 3.
Right.
5 or more 3-pointers in a game. We played 9 games, and there were only 3 players that had 5 or more threes from the forward position, right? From the forward position, right? Now, there were people that were like 4 of 13, 5 of 14, but that's not killing it. That's random. That's average, right? If you shoot 30-something% from 3, like if you shoot 38% from 3 against the Knicks, so what? That's what a lot of teams do, right? But this is what I'm saying. When you look at this, Coach, and then when you look at this, right? Dean Wade and Kevin Love were in the same game. So it's not like it's an outbreak. Right? The Knicks are averaging, and let me put it up here again. I just want to show this one more time. Right? 3-point field goal percentage against, that's 12th, right? We're 12th in the NBA. 16 teams make the playoffs. And we're 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 16 teams make the playoffs. We're 12th. So I understand where Knicks fans are coming from. Listen, I'm frustrated just like you. Right? But my frustration doesn't lie in the fact that random power forwards seem to be killing us. I'm frustrated about that, but that's not my biggest frustration. Let me rephrase that. I'm frustrated by that. By Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser's mom is at work the next day bragging about her son destroyed the Knicks, right? I get that part. But listen. Hey, Kaiser Sose says show tips offense. No, that ain't what we're talking about right now. I ain't gonna do that. You know how much work? Do you know how much work it takes to put in and do graphics, bro? Come on. You think I'm gonna just whip that out of the air? No. You have to work behind the scenes to do that stuff. You don't just put that stuff up there.
It's magic.
Yeah, Kaiser says, do the Tips offense.
You think it's like Minority Report going right on the screen?
Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, man. Now, I'm kidding with Kaiser Sose. I'm kidding. I'm kidding with Kaiser Sose. But look, Coach, I'm frustrated with not just the number, because listen, you see it yourself, and the source is ESPN.com. The source that I use for that is ESPN.com. As a matter of fact, those that dispute it, I'll pull ESPN.com up right now, show you exactly where I am with it. You know me, I don't hide nothing. I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. Right? Bam. There we go, right there, Coach. And I know that's tiny. Y'all be patient. Don't complain. Don't start going on Knicks fan TV like Uncle Freezy don't want you to see nothing.
I got to put it on my 60-inch right quick so I can see it.
You see it right there, right there. The Knicks give up 115.9 points a game. That's 22nd, right? Right. There it is right there. That's the source that I'm using.
And for the people in the chat were saying, because people run on us. They run on us. That's why there's more attempts. They run on us. What do you think? They're doing fast break 3-pointers? Come on, man.
I'm not bashing the chat or the fans. What I want to do, though, is make sure everybody understands the facts. Like the things I just used.
Yeah, that's what I'm
talking about. You see it right
about.
there, 115.9 through 9 games. It's the Knicks. You see 22nd next to the Knicks name. You see the source, ESPN.com.
Hey, eventually when you get a chance, we'll get my main man Selly up in here.
Okay.
Just whenever, no rush. Let's keep rocking our point.
All right. I'm gonna put the thing in there, but I want to make sure that we stay on topic though. We talk about the Knicks. Knicks and Tibbs.
We ain't drifting off like into hate RJ land and Randall's fault land and all that. We ain't doing that tonight.
Yeah, man. So my thing is, Coach, is when you mentioned it to me, it shocked me. Like, is Tom Thibodeau able to adapt?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
What's that 97.1?
The shots per game.
God, what a disparity. Look at some of these other things.
Yes. Shots per game, right? You see those numbers, right? I'll sort it for you so that you can see it. And
wow.
It's gonna blow your mind, right? Field goal attempts allowed.
And wow.
Field goal attempts allowed. Toronto allows the fewest at 81.3, right? All right, let me show you who's the worst. 30th, New York Knicks.
But look at that percentage. Like, so people are just like, let's just jack shots up.
They're getting out. They're getting out and running on us. They've increased the pace because we've increased the pace.
Exactly. That's what everyone wanted. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted that too. I wanted to pick up the pace, but none of us. This is gonna happen.
Right.
We need to find this happy medium. Adapt, Tommy.
Or die.
Maybe he's figuring it out. Maybe he's gonna figure it out. Maybe he won't. If not, bye.
So what's your answer to it, Coach? Like, what do you suggest?
I say we protect the perimeter, man. Dare people to drive. Because here's the thing. We got to be in the top 5 in the league and inside scoring. I'd like to see that stat. So if we suck at 3-point scoring, right? So let's get. I like our chances in a a 2-point race. If we're one of the best inside scoring teams in the league, don't you think?
I don't understand.
Okay. We outscored Boston 64-30 or something like that, inside scoring 30-something. Okay. That's usually the story every game. I think we won the paint every game that I've seen. So our defense should reflect that. I say we overplay the perimeter, dare people to go inside on us, and I like our chances with our team because obviously if teams are going to put a bunch of shooters in there, a bunch of shooters ain't comfortable going to the rim.
Right.
Only some of them are, like the elite guys,
Right.
like the Browns and the Tatums, they'll take it to the rim. But Hauser ain't getting to the rim.
No.
Brogdon, all these guys. So make them drive on you. To me, we overplay. We can't get in the shooting contest with nobody. We can't get in the shooting contest with Gonzaga.
Right.
Or whoever. And so let's overplay the perimeter, dare people to beat us with the 2, and let's get in the 2-point race with people. I like our chances in that race.
Coach, last night, I saw Malcolm Brogdon size up Jalen Brunson and go right by him.
Yeah, I saw that play too.
It was multiple times. Like, man, what it is, our defense on our Jalen Brunson's defense may be worse than we thought. But are we willing to have that be a trade-off for better offense?
There's a lot of teams in this league that have a below average defending point guard that's elite on the other side.
Right.
And I think he defends. I saw him defend a lot of shots, especially the jump shots and the threes. He defended those well.
Yeah.
Sometimes he gets out athleticism, and
he can't he can't help that. There's nothing he could do about that, bro.
And Selly, I got a bone to pick with you, bro. I'm tired of you thinking Brunson is only a side piece. Like, you're saying he because he played with Luka for 4 years, that's the player he is. That don't mean that's the player he is. That's just the situation he was in, and he was forced to play that role. Yeah, he was born for a different role.
And so what?
Yeah, and I'm not expecting Jalen Brunson to run this team and be Luka. That's not. I don't want. There's only one Luka. Okay.
Luka Doncic is a top 5 pick. Jalen Brunson is a second round pick.
Well, regardless where he was picked, I see his skill set he has right now, and his work ethic, and his basketball mind. That's all I care about.
Right.
And what I see with that, it's only going to get better.
All right. What about Tom Thibodeau's defense? Adapt or die.
Like I said, I think we need to overplay the 3-point line. We don't need Mitch when he comes back or Hartenstein having to close out and cover these teams that got no 5. They got these fake 5s in the game just in the shoot.
Right, 5 out. They run 5 out. We can't guard it.
Yeah. We need to just do like a 3-2 zone kind of thing.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now we talking. Now we're talking. I think we need to throw junk defenses at teams now.
Yeah, like we need to do like a 4-1, like have 4 dudes on the perimeter and let our big man kind of roam each block. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know, something.
Yep. Why not? You see, clearly you see the Knicks give up the most shots in the NBA per game. 97.1. They give up 2.7 more shots per game than the closest team.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Lakers. And on top of that, a similar team will be in the building tomorrow night. You see them right there at 28, Minnesota. They give up 114 points a game. They give up about 41.4. We give up 41.9. We give up 97.1. They give up 93.7. So we're coming in facing a team similar to us. Excuse me, defensively. Right? So what are you expecting from them, Coach? What are you expecting us to do? Does this matchup favor us? Or do you think this might be another trap game where we think we have a chance and then we get disappointed by the third or fourth quarter?
What's the name of the team again we're playing?
Minnesota. They're right there. Right there on the screen. You see them?
I know. So look at that screen, everyone. It's fixing to be a score fest again.
It's going to be a track meet.
So whoever makes their shots wins the game.
Right.
And just look at the 3-point attempts against us too. That's ridiculous. Like, who's even close to us on that? It looks like Minnesota is probably almost second to us because we're giving up 42 attempts a game.
Excuse me.
And Minnesota's giving up 40 attempts. So it looks like if a team, but what's their record?
I mean,
Minnesota.
I don't know.
I haven't even looked that up yet. I mean, I don't know, man. I like the rebounding numbers. I think we're the top offensive rebounding team in the league too. So we're getting second chance opportunities.
Right.
I think we were number one at one time, like last game. Remember one of the announcers saying it as a stat.
Right.
And I don't think other people have that many offensive rebounds on us. I mean, I don't know I think some people are, some games we notice it more because it's at a really important time in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they got an offensive board.
Right. Danny Landis.
What's going on, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, bro?
Coach?
How you feeling, Danny? I ain't heard you say much this year about the games.
We're missing somebody. We're missing at least one or two superstars on this team.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
we need the closers. We don't have no closers on this team. Do you see any closers, Coach?
I see a lot of openers and holding it downers for a little while.
Yeah.
Those guys. But
you're
right.
Shift guys, but no closers, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and what's crazy is a lot of times in mid shift, they're good, man. They keep things going. They're keeping the customers happy. Right. But then all of a sudden, at the end, it's almost time to go home. We're in the club. Yeah. Them lights get turned on.
That's it.
And the cockroaches start scattering.
Yeah.
And people start covering their face.
Yeah.
And there's an old term that us old hats have heard before. I'm sure you guys, the strobe light honey. Y'all know about them?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, under them lights, boy, them and the strobe light in the club, they look pretty good.
Is that what you calling Cam Reddish?
Cam Reddish might be a strobe light honey. I don't know. You walk up on them, and all of a sudden, whoa, who are you?
Wait a minute.
I think that's Tibbs. It's a strobe light, honey.
Wow.
I think Tibbs the one turning on the light and telling everyone to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The bar's closed.
He's that guy.
Get out.
Yeah. So, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. So, nah, man, I really think – I don't think it's I don't know, man. I've watched these games. I'm not trying to tell everyone to see something I see, but a lot of those threes were contested, man.
Yes.
Like, you can't – some of those threes, you can't – if you play any tighter in the NBA with these athletes, they drive right by you. It's not in your DNA as a player to play the three that tight, any tighter than we're playing it.
Right. And
I mean, yeah.
why would you say Cam Reddish is not a great defender when Cam Reddish is in these dudes' shirts when they shoot the three?
Yeah. I seen Cam Reddish defend two guys in one play like that. He contested a three so well, he made the guy pass to another guy, and he defended that guy.
Yep, the Charlotte game when PJ Washington turned his foot in. Remember the fake three that was wound up a two?
Yep, and then he did it in this game too. But unfortunately, he doesn't have an 8-foot wingspan. He only has a
7.5.
Right? So I don't know, man.
How many minutes he's getting, Freezy? He's not getting that many minutes, right?
20, maybe 20.
He's been kind of up and down. Like one game he'll get like 25, and then all of a sudden he'll get like
he got started
12.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I really don't think it's a player problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I mean, first of all, these guys are professionals. They run what they're told to run. First and foremost.
Right.
Second of all, if someone's missing an assignment that many times, if it's an assignment problem, a headspace problem, we've had a guy named J.R. Smith on our team. Mistakes he makes mentally. So
we've had Wanleys.
Yeah, we've had some questionable decision guys. So I don't think guys are making the wrong read on defense. I think because, Tibbs will be yanking them out and doing the old Tibbs yell. You'd be hearing it real quick after the play.
Yeah.
And I just think it's the way his defense is designed. I think his defense is designed to let their least the least deadly threat open.
Yep.
And they're just making them.
Right.
I mean, if those guys shot the way they shoot all year and they played the way they play all year, we wouldn't be having this conversation about Thibodeau.
Right.
We'd be saying how good of a job he's doing. He's letting the scrub shoot.
Right.
And they're missing like they're supposed to.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, we're talking about how smart he is. But nope, the scrubs are getting dubs. Honest. That's what's happening.
That's it.
I mean, what the hell, man?
Right.
Can this be possible? I mean, the NBA is different now, man. You can't. You got to adapt. You got to defend everybody, man.
You got to defend everybody.
Everybody's a freak.
Right.
There's guys that are just shooting. But I mean, Steph Curry's of the world. When Steph Curry became a top 5 player in the league, that little run that he was getting the MVP and all that stuff.
Right, right.
That changed. Little boys that are all 20 now and stuff like that watch this dude play and think that that's the way basketball's played. So everyone, instead of the old, remember the old ended that 3-2-1 countdown when we were kids?
Yep.
Mine was the turnaround on the baseline like I was Ewing.
I used to do the same thing, Coach.
About 10 or 12 feet away. Now, these kids are stepping just past the half-court line. They're going, Curry, 10, 9, and they're shooting it from way out there, boy.
Yeah.
So everyone can shoot, man. That's the game now.
Yeah, that's the game now. So
everyone can shoot but us.
So do we consider making a change with Tibbs?
Yes, please.
We have to.
No choice. We've seen enough of this guy already. Nothing's changing with him.
Right.
There's no changes. Same old crap, right?
Right.
The one thing I think he has changed, honestly, he has been more willing to use different, whether it's at the times we want to see him or not.
Right.
He has tried different rotations.
He has
tried different He's given guys more minutes than we expected. Some guys,
different strategies. Like sometimes he'll go big, sometimes he goes small.
Yeah, I mean, we've been dying. I mean, I know, unfortunately, it came at the expense of Mr. Robinson's injury,
right?
But he actually did the Randall Obi combo. Yep. He did it last game. He did it this game.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, he's doing that stuff. He's doing those kind of things we asked him to sub. Maybe not as many minutes as some of your hives want. Right. I mean, my current hives getting, you know, the love right now. I'm a iHeart Cam hive guy.
Right.
They're getting the minutes I was hoping they would get.
Yep. And he also sat veterans so young guys can play.
Yeah. Like, you know, a lot of this was unsaid kind of. That's 2 games in a row.
Right.
Evan Fournier did not start, guys.
Right.
Thank goodness.
You know, and our starting lineup last game, Julius Randle, our average age was like 25.
Right.
In that starting lineup.
Right.
We had a 22-year-old RJ Barrett, but Cam's 23.
20, yeah, something like
Yeah. Well, Cam might be 22 or 23.
Yeah.
Brunson's only 25, right? Or is he 26 now? No, he's 25.
He turned 26 August 31st.
Okay. Randall's only 27, and iHeart's only 24.
Right.
You guys are talking about go young. Play the young guys. Play the kids. How much younger they gotta be? Fetuses?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Right. That's gotta be. Well, that might be besides Orlando.
Play the kids.
Or OKC. That might be one of the youngest lineups in the league. Starting lineups that game. So we're playing the kids.
We all playing the kids.
Tibbs is doing everything we asked, right? Technically,
everything we asked. Everything
except. Tell the scrub on the other team to stop shooting so good.
Right.
Because that's what his defense has been doing, guys. He's been letting the worst options shoot. Right. And that's like the stars are doing their thing. You know, a superstar. We had 3 guys score over 20 points.
And we're taking more shots per game.
Yes, we're doing that too.
Yeah, and we're taking more shots per game. We picked up the pace. We're playing the kids. We're sitting the old guys. All these things that the Knicks fans were screaming for, Tibbs is doing.
Yeah.
And we're losing disappointing games, and Knicks fans are still mad.
Against playoff teams, mind you.
Yeah.
Each loss this year was against a playoff team.
Right.
And each one of those got better. Regardless of who was hurt or not during those said games.
And we still want Tibbs gone.
Who could change this team, Freezy? Who do you think you bring in if you get rid of Tibbs? What's your first choice? Mark Jackson?
Stevens. No, I don't like Mark Jackson.
No.
I don't like Mark Jackson. To be honest with you, Danny, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I don't want any of the old school coaches, bro. I don't want any of the old school coaches coming in doing some of the same things that Tibbs did. Because if we're complaining about old school logic and strategy right now, why get rid of a old school guy we know to bring in an old school guy that we'll have to get familiar with?
That's true,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So,
yep.
Yeah, man. I would love. I like Brad Stevens, but I know he won't. I know Brad Stevens ain't leaving Boston, right? But that's who I like.
How about we get a coach that'll help our shooting?
Yeah, how about we
a young coach?
Yeah,
like there's a guy that just lost his job. Let's give him a second chance.
Steve Nash.
Man. Ron Cleveland.
I'm not talking to him right now. I'm not talking to Ron Cleveland right now. He know why.
Tua looking like the MVP, boy. Tua looking like the MVP.
Oh yeah, the Bears.
All them people that talked about Tua, they eating crow.
Hey man, congrats.
600 yards passing in 2 weeks.
All 3 Florida teams won today: the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and Brady's back.
Oh,
He took
And my Michigan Wolverines doing their thing. With
Oh,
Clemson going down, Alabama going down,
FSU beat Miami.
Ohio State struggled with Northwestern. It was a nice college weekend. It was real nice to see. And shout out to Dusty Baker, man, before I forget, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Dusty Baker.
Dusty Baker. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Dusty Baker, man.
Mm-hmm.
Finally got one.
Yeah, man.
As a manager, man. I felt like he should have got one with Bonds, but hey, that's a story for a whole nother day. But
that Giants bullpen just, oh my God.
But we talking about them old Knickerbockers.
Yeah, man.
Man, let me tell y'all, man. First, shout out to the chat, man. I see y'all in the chat, man. Shout out to Adam, Gino, man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man.
Yep.
The Knicks ain't going nowhere. Do this.
Oh no, don't do it.
Do this.
Waving the white towel.
Throw in the towel.
I'm gonna tell you like on Rocky, throwing the towel.
Yeah.
Throwing the towel.
Oh, come on, man.
Because Coach, you just said, I think you just hit the nail on the head. All these teams we lost to were what?
Playoff teams.
Teams from last year that were in the playoffs that got better. The New York Knicks is the same team we've been last year.
No.
With the exception of Hartenstein and Brunson.
Come on, man.
With the exception of Hartenstein and Brunson, we hoping that these young guys on this team take a leap to make this team better. This is basically the same team, minus Alex Burks and Nerlens Noel and Kimba. I'm in a wheelchair. Walker. Right. This is the same team.
So those two guys were an upgrade then, right?
But this is the same team. This is the same team. And the problem with this team is you in the modern era of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
You can't shoot threes. And I'm here to tell you right now, that game last night was an anomaly. The Knicks, we all know, we've been watching this team. We don't shoot threes like that.
No.
Don't expect another night like that. That might be another one you see maybe 8 games from now where they shoot that high of a percentage. But we've been hovering right around 20-something%.
We made 9 threes in the first half.
Yeah, but we've been hovering right around 20-something% per game as a team.
Yeah.
Ron, last night this team shot 50, 40, 90 and still lost.
We shot 40% from 3. Let this sink in.
And 50% from the field.
Yeah.
And 90% from free throw line. And we lost.
You know what killed us? And I ain't heard too many people talking
Sam Hauser.
Ain't just that. When you playing against a team that's hitting their threes, you better not turn the ball over. Boston scored 30 points off turnovers last night.
We did turn the ball over too much.
We had 14 turnovers and they scored 30 points off of them.
I think Barrett had 6, right?
Barrett had 6 by himself.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
And they were awful. His turnovers.
So all the offense that he had, it negates with all that negative, that turnovers. That just negate the good that he did offensively. And defensively last night, I thought he was better than he has been this whole season. He still struggled at times. Yeah. But, man, the Knicks, pretty much what I've come to realize about this team, fellas, just like I said, we're going to have to outscore teams to beat them. We're going to have to outscore teams to beat them. We're going to beat them sorry teams. But when we face teams that's got that dude on them, we're going to struggle. And Tibbs right now,
yeah, but that dude ain't beating us. It's the dude that's not the dude that's beating us.
Well, you know what though?
Think about it.
This is what I'm gonna get on Tibbs about, because everybody gets some of the blame for this, right? Tibbs got to get some too. This ain't the 1990s. Teams ain't concerned with shooting twos no more.
No.
And shout out to Rob the Nick for bringing that one up, because I thought about it after he said it, and it made a whole lot of sense. We busy trying to protect the paint when people shooting threes.
That's what I'm talking about. I said that in my whole opening.
Yep, Rob and Nick called me last night and talked to me about that.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what, you're right. We busy guarding the threes. And I'm gonna tell you, you know why Tibbs' head gonna fall? Is because right now, if you watch what Tibbs is doing, Tibbs back to reevaluating what works and what don't work. That's why he thought the only player that hadn't seen playing time right now is Deuce McBride.
Yep.
Everybody in this lineup has touched the floor at some point. So Tibbs now is scrambling to try to find what
meaningful minutes.
Yeah, and they're playing minutes. You right, Freezer. Ain't no garbage time minutes. This man is so desperate. He threw a guy in there that was basically hurt to come start in Grimes.
Yeah.
So it's if anybody's sitting here thinking this is a recipe for us to go somewhere, man, we better wake up, man.
Yeah.
We better get some smelling sauce, get up off that canvas.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think the team's better personally. I think and we're different.
You mean team or roster?
Both.
Okay. Because the reason why I say that is the team. You know what I'm saying? The team
Yeah.
If we're talking about are these players any good? Is basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I think I'm not saying we're done or we're done looking or nothing like that. But the current roster that's constructed for what we got, I think, for what we're paying for what we got, it's not as bad as we make it out to be.
Okay.
We're playing teams, the playoff teams we've lost to. I think all the games but one or two, they had one of their better performances of the year against us, shooting from the outside.
It's going to happen. Games like that are going to happen.
Okay. That's one game, like, a playoff, and I'm saying they're playoff teams and we lost to them. In each one of our losses, we've been in the game or had a small lead at one time. Okay. If we weren't a playoff team, those teams would steamroll us from front to back. But if I saw those teams in a 7-game series, we're getting a couple from the team I've seen. As far as talent-wise, I'm not saying we got to make an adjustment.
What the outcome going to be, though, Coach? What's the outcome going to be in that series? Because I ain't playing to win a couple games.
But
I'm trying to
but what I'm saying is it's going to be on the coach to be like, okay, say this was the first game of our series and this happened. In that second game, you better cover that damn perimeter. Coach, you know what I'm saying?
Coach, come on, Coach. Right now, let's look at this team. Who is the Knicks beating in the playoffs right now?
What do you mean? Like in the series?
Any team. Pick any team you want in the East in
the series. As long as Tibbs is calling this defense, nobody.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so
but it's not the team's. It's not the talent of the team's fault, though.
You don't think the talent on this team is a problem?
But no, see now you put words in my mouth.
I'm asking you a question. I ain't saying nothing. I'm asking you the question.
No, I'm saying that we deserve a better roster. Obviously, so as a fan base,
you just debunked what you was just saying. If we deserve a better roster, that means this team ain't better than what it was.
I'm saying we deserve the better one than we have now, but this one's better than last year's.
Just a little bit better.
At is that point guard position.
What?
The only thing we got better at was the point guard position. I ain't stutter.
You said it yourself. Randall's better than he was last year, so that's
Randall
better.
was on this team last year.
Yeah, but he's playing better now than he was.
We talking about talent acquisition. That's what we talking about, right?
No, you were talking. No, you were talking about if the team's better. You didn't say is our talent acquisition better. You said if the whole team's better talent-wise.
Well, you know what I mean, Coach. The talent. Let's look at the talent.
Yeah,
it's basically the same team. Brunson is the only bright. Well, I ain't gonna say the only bright spot. Brunson was a major upgrade.
Brunson, Hartenstein, and Cam Reddish, because Cam Reddish getting
here last year.
I know, but him getting thrown in at the end, he was never in the mix of the team.
Cam was here last year.
I understand that, but he wasn't used like he's being used now.
So who that for? Who problem that is? If he ain't been being used,
it's the coach.
Okay, and
I don't know. I think y'all fighting just to be fighting. Cam was here last year, but Cam was hurt.
Yeah,
Cam wasn't hurt the whole season. Cam got hurt near the end.
Yeah, Cam played in 11 games, and he played 14 minutes a game. And he got all them DMPs. How many DMPs he got? And
how many DMPs he got? When he first got here,
he was injured when he got here.
No, Cam was not.
Yes, he was.
Cam was not injured when he got here. You gotta go back and look. Cam was not injured.
No,
he got DMP'd.
No, he didn't get DMP'd. He was injured when he got here. He had an ankle sprain coming out of Atlanta. Cam was hurt before he even got here.
So what do you think the solution to this team is, Freezy?
So I think the solution to this team is getting rid of Tibbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to put up a poll, by the way, on that.
I'm not debating that, by the way.
And so, but when I say getting rid of Tibbs, listen, I'm not mad at Tibbs. I think Tibbs did the very best he could do with the roster that he was initially given. The roster he was initially given, he did the very best he could do with that.
Bingo.
Does this roster still need to be upgraded? Yes, we all know that. We all know that. But the whole thing of making chicken salad out of chicken poop thing, you got to give the man some credit for doing a little bit. I mean, doing a lot with a little bit.
We made the playoffs.
Right.
It was a 4 seed.
Right. But the thing I'm saying, though, the most important thing is now that Tibbs got the ox out the ditch, it's somebody else's turn to move forward.
But right? that's why Freezer, I'm a proponent. Tibbs got to go in the front office, got to go too. I can't let Leon Rose off the hook, man. Because everybody in America knows what type of coach Tibbs was when you got it. You knew it because. But
did Leon Rose hire him?
Hey, think about this. Leon Rose hired him. Leon Rose was his agent when he was a coach. Yeah. When Leon Rose was still an agent, that was his man. So he knew. He knew him. He knew him intimately as a coach. So my problem with Leon, when you blew that team up after that 4 seed, and you tried to flip this team to be an offensive-minded team where you knew the type of coach you had was a defensive coach, right. And then you bring in old washed-up players, right? Kemba Walker and Fournier, right? That ain't go. And you get rid of guys that was an image of your coach, an extension of your coach. You set Tibbs up for failure. And if I was Tibbs, I would have told him, hey, get me up out of here. Yeah. I'm out. I'm retiring. Because he set up for failure, man. As much as he got a lot to do with this problem, the front office got a lot to do with this.
The front office has a lot to do with it, man. But I still think, man, the alternative was David Fizdale. Right? How did the team look under Fizdale compared to Tom Thibodeau? I mean, to Tom Thibodeau.
Man, we look like trash. We didn't know what we was doing.
Right. And it wasn't a significant
street ball
either. You know what I'm saying? When Tibbs took over, he still had Elfrid Payton as his point guard from the Fizdale era. Right? The only thing he did was he added Nerlens Noel, he added Alec Burks, he added Austin Rivers, he added what's my man name? The dude with the fingers, broke his fingers, only played like.
Oh, you talking about the guy? Yeah, the first game he messed his finger up.
Norvell Pell.
Norvell back in and kept playing.
Oh God, they did all those weird trades. Like they traded for Daniel House, they traded for Denzel Valentine, they traded for Solomon Hill. They did all these. It was included in all these trades where other teams got players and we shedded salary cap.
And guess what else, Freezy? This is what I didn't like neither. These stash and grabs we've done overseas.
Right.
These stash and grabs that we could have used on somebody else.
Why would you take Rokas Jokubaitis over Herb Jones? Herb Jones is starting right now for a playoff team.
Especially when you're a team that needs to get players on the floor right now. So
and we waiting on European ghosts.
You ain't got time. You stash and grab a player is when your team is still very good. And you are going far in the playoffs,
right?
And you're competitive.
The Bulls set the precedent on that back in the day.
To bring him up, but you don't stash and grab when you're trying to make your team
like you the Spurs. When you the Spurs, you have Sean Elliott, and you draft a dude named Emmanuel Ginobili and stash him cross seas because Sean Elliott got another year or two left. You know what I'm saying? You're like, who in the world is Emmanuel Ginobili? Yeah, Manu Ginobili.
Tony Kukoc.
They grabbing when you're still trying to build a foundation for your team. You need players. You ain't got time to be hiding players.
Right. Yeah. Waiting on people.
Right.
And that's my problem with the front office.
That's
malpractice.
That's my problem with them too. If you didn't want to use the pick, why not just trade the pick, move back to another year? Like trade that 2021 draft pick for a 2024 draft pick. Why not? Was it hurt? because Rokas Jokibitis ain't coming.
No.
And as a matter of fact, not only is he not coming, his position is backlogged with a whole bunch of dudes the same size he is.
And I don't blame him. He's being smart. Why would you come? What you coming for? To get cut?
Right. Like Luka Vildoza.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get cut.
Coach, you remember the Knicks signing Luka Vildoza? We signed Luka Vildoza, and people were like, "Oh my God, he is going to be the next."
Yeah,
and he didn't play a game in the NBA.
We drafted Frank Weiss too. Remember him?
Yeah, that was another one we stashed, and the Knicks are known for stashing players, getting European players stashing.
You know, he was most famous for
getting dunked on by Vince.
Getting dunked over.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all know it was the biggest travesty that this front office had done this far, and that's why I ain't just blaming Tibbs. Tibbs get a lot of this too, but I got to give the front office no way they got to get it too, because Freezy, let's face it, this draft, and people got their opinions about it, but a lot of people was yelling this draft is deep. It's one of the deepest drafts. Remember, people was yelling that all season.
Right.
All the aficionados. For the Knicks to punt on that draft and don't select a player was the epitome of front office malpractice. Because if you look at what they were doing, their whole focus, and we all know this, who they had their whole focus on, Freezy?
Jaden Ivey and Donovan Mitchell.
That was the only people we heard names called, and when they couldn't get them, what they did. So when they
tucked their tail and ran.
When they put it on the draft, you know what they said, Coach? You know what they said? Ain't none of these players are NBA players.
Right.
If you punt on that draft like that and don't select somebody, you telling your fan base and you telling the league, I don't think any of these players past these two are worthy even putting on the Knicks jersey.
Right.
How wrong with it?
How does Coach, how does Optimus Grimes look in your prospectus right now? Like, what's your perspective on him? Do you see him as a future star, or is he just?
I like what he does on defense. I'm always gonna like that. I'm good with that. However, for all you blasphemy speaking people that put his name in the same regard as legends like Ray Allen and Klay Thompson, your NBA
Ron on this show
card should be pulled,
saying that Quentin Grimes is Ray Allen with defense.
I don't care.
On this show, somebody said that and argued me down.
What injury?
He's Ray Allen with defense.
Yes.
Ray Allen came in the league on fire.
Yeah,
but I will say this, Coach. I'm gonna push back on that because coming into this league, that man game. If you look at his game and you look at a young Klay Thompson, see the thing is when people say Klay Thompson, I think people take it out of context and they're looking at the finished product.
Right.
When Klay Thompson came in this league, Klay Thompson was nowhere near a finished product.
No.
Mark Jackson,
he shot better than that though.
Especially on defense.
But the things, you know what Klay Thompson had? The ability to play defense just like this kid.
Yep.
The running off screens and can shoot just like this kid. Wait until this guy works his rust off, and remember, Coach, because you be quick to say this too. He's only in year such and such when it comes to RJ. What year is Grimes in?
No, he's in year 5.
Grimes is in year 7.
Well, y'all funny, you know. Y'all make the Geechee come at me. Y'all real funny, you know.
Bro, I never said that the kid I'm not saying we shouldn't have patience for it. I'm kicking back on the people that are saying. Well, so what my example was for bringing them up was this: those guys have had injuries before, okay, and the game they came back, that's like riding a bike. They were shooting. And they were making shots. This dude ain't scored yet since he been back. What you talking about, man? Ray Allen, young Klay Thompson.
Since he been back?
He didn't say Ray.
How many shots he took since he been back?
I don't know. Not enough.
Okay.
None. I don't know. But what I'm saying is them dudes are shooters. You ain't never gonna see them not shoot.
Hey, you got to give Grimes time, man. Yeah, I give Grimes time. The jury. I can tell you this.
I'm not waving a flag saying Grimes is the problem.
The jury out on Grimes, but I can tell you this: the jury done came back with their decision on RJ.
Mm-hmm.
I had crickets.
I don't want. I just said I'm not going to make this show that show.
What do you mean?
This particular show, the stuff we were talking about, I wasn't going to start shedding the light on the RJ subject and all that. I'm not here to debate that.
Well, ain't but a debate is but
I'm trying to stay on topic, and that's off topic.
What's the topic?
But here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing.
Tibbs.
And I'm looking at the stats right now. Klay Thompson in 24 minutes a game as a rookie. 24 minutes, that man averaged 12 points a game, shot 40% from three.
Bim.
How much minutes Quentin Grimes got as a rookie? Look that up. And Klay Thompson was starting, wasn't he?
Klay Thompson started 29 games. He was not a starter.
Okay, 29 games.
Yeah.
They got 24 minutes a game as rookie season.
Yeah, man.
How much Grimes got?
I don't know. I don't know.
Like
it ain't important. Because
remember now.
It don't matter. I'm not doing no
Grimes got hurt. Grimes had started taking your boy Fournier's minute, and Fournier was going to the bench in the fourth quarter. Grimes was starting to take that thing over.
Okay.
My biggest problem with Grimes,
and he still only averaged 6 points a game.
Are we comparing Grimes to Klay Thompson?
6 points.
Are we comparing Quentin Grimes to Klay Thompson? No. Answer this question. Are we comparing Quentin Grimes to Klay Thompson?
No, because I already made my position clear.
All right. So I'm not looking up Grimes stuff because I already know it. Quentin Grimes averaged 6 points a game. Quentin Grimes is Frank Ntilikina. Quentin Grimes is not Klay Thompson.
Ain't no way in the world.
His scoring went lower in the second half.
I mean, that boy is Frank Ntilikina.
I'm not, and this is
ain't no way in the world.
This ain't an independent. This ain't nobody. This ain't like no 2-on-1 or somebody jumping on. This is just me and my thought. Quentin Grimes is Frank Ntilikina.
Ain't no way in the world.
Until he proves otherwise, that's who he is. Quentin Grimes is a defensive guard that scores 6 points a game. That's what he is. That's what the numbers say he is.
His scoring went down in the second half of the season. When he played more, he scored less.
Hey, Freezy, numbers can tell you a lot of stuff, right? What did eye test tell you between them two guys?
Between Klay and
no. Between the guy Frank Ntilikina and Quentin Grimes.
Okay, so the eye test tell me Quentin Grimes has the potential to be a very good guard in the NBA.
Okay, that's it.
Right. And it's but here's the thing: until you prove it, potential means nothing.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying. You got to give the man time. He got time. That man ain't even in his third year yet.
But Ron, but the point I made is right now, Quentin Grimes is Frank Ntilikina. That's what I said.
No, man, I ain't gonna agree with that one.
Yeah, man.
I can't go along with that one.
Yeah,
as far as production and what he's presenting us as value and what he's representing as far as stats and wins, yeah, he is Frank Ntilikina.
Coach, I ain't gonna change my mind because you come behind Freezer back then.
No, I'm not backing him.
I'm just on that. I ain't right with that statement.
Uncle Freezy is the moderator, and we have two different sides of his point.
Plus, Coach is more on your side. Coach is always saying, "Give the kids time."
And then the thing. Shout out to somebody in the chat. Somebody just put in that Frank was a top 10 pick.
Right.
Top 10. What was Grimes?
I don't know. What else is he doing though?
Stop that, coach, man. Stop that.
No,
coach.
I'm just asking. Since he's been back, like you would miss. You could on accident get an assist and a rebound.
The man is not healthy, man. The man is not.
Then
healthy.
He shouldn't play.
That's my biggest concern with Grimes more so than this game is his health. I'm gonna tell you what. Grimes is one of the least concerning players for me on this team. When you throw him in the line,
yeah, he's not the reason we're losing. I'm not saying that.
Hold on. When Grimes is in the game, I don't have to worry about him blowing assignments, can't guard his man. I ain't not getting back in transit. I don't worry about that with Grimes.
Right.
Who would you rather have in him or Cam?
3, 4, 5, 6 years. Exactly. Him and Cam, I don't have to worry about. But them guys.
No, which one would you rather have in?
Who?
I'd rather have Cam.
Between
I'd rather
Cam
have
and
them
Grimes.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'd rather have them both. I told Freezer the other night.
Right.
If it's up to me, I'm gonna tell you because this is where the Knicks went wrong. They shouldn't have paid RJ so soon.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't have done
Oh my God! You talking about put him in instead of RJ the boot? Come on, man.
Come on, coach. Let's be realistic, man.
I agree with you that Grimes isn't to blame, but come on.
You don't even know why I made that statement.
I can't
You
back
ain't even
that
had
one.
a chance to listen to why
I know why, because you want Cam in there instead of RJ too.
How you're a mind reader now?
No.
You're a mind reader.
Okay, but who's he going in for then?
Are you gonna let me give you the reason why I said that?
I just did. I asked you.
To read my mind. The reason why I said
the floor is yours.
The reason why I said I would not have given RJ that contract. RJ hadn't proved nothing. He hadn't proved nothing.
That's why they didn't give him the max.
Oh. Are you gonna speak or I'm gonna speak?
Go ahead. But
So
you're going down the RJ road again, which I didn't want to do.
Stop, man.
You're pulling me in again.
What, hey, Freezy, man. This man ain't gonna even let this man. I know.
Yeah, coach scared to hear what you got.
I'm not scared. Hey, I'm being a friend of the show and keeping us on topic. That's what I'm doing because I care about my boy Freezy topic. Because I'm tired of being like every other crappy ass Knicks show. I don't want to be the let's talk about perimeter defense and RJ being bad and Randall hitting computers. I don't want to be like all them other trash ass shows. I want to be the Blowing Tears Network that talks about other shit. That's who I want to be. I'm not trying to be funny.
Come at me tonight, boy. I'm gonna tell you. You really.
That's not coming at you personally.
But coach, listen.
Coach ain't let me explain my point.
Yeah, let
and it's really, you know what?
Go ahead.
Explain my point because he's closed-minded. So hey, let's move on.
I'm not okay. Now you're going too far with it.
All right, right. Okay, so Ron, if he's not going,
you like my man the other night with Kanye West, man. You know what I mean?
That's the problem. You, Sally hit it on the head. You like to talk and hear yourself talk. That's what's going on.
Nah, you
don't listen yourself. You're guilty of what you're pointing you're trying to put a light on other people when it's you that's not listening.
You studying more,
but he's still ain't.
I was trying to find the most eloquent words and being censored. That's why I was stuttering. I normally use more expletives when I debate.
So why shouldn't we have paid RJ then?
Huh?
Why shouldn't the Knicks have paid RJ?
Reason why is because I look directly to that Julius Randle deal.
Aggressive.
When we paid, man, this man had don't let nobody talk. Every time somebody talk,
I'm talking to chat, bro, not you.
Hot dog, Freezy.
You can just mute me, man. This dude thinks I'm talking to him. I was talking to the chat.
Well, I mean, you interrupted me
because I care what chat says. I'm addressing the chat. You just talking. So go ahead. I won't say another word.
Yeah, that's what
I'll look at chat.
Yeah, come on, man. Just let my man finish.
Every
time somebody say something, you start talking.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to interject with our chat and keep them happy too.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Ron.
The reason why I don't pay RJ that deal.
Coach is hot right now. Look at Coach. Coach is hot, boy. He gonna come back on here and
reason why I don't pay RJ that deal, man.
Hey, Coach. I just want to hear Ron say what he got to say.
The reason why
I won't cut you off again.
The reason why I don't pay RJ that deal is because I see the same situation that we did with Julius. We paid this guy this money when we didn't have to pay him. RJ has still been inconsistent. And the problem is right now, RJ has not been playing good all season. Now you got Grimes coming back. Cam needs to start in that lineup. And RJ is not a consistent shooter. With Grimes coming back, if Grimes was healthy, now this is why I said this, Freezy, really. If Grimes was healthy this whole season, we all know that your boy Evan Fournier was not going to be in that lineup. Because when they kept Grimes out of that trade for Donovan Mitchell, everybody knew that Grimes was going to be the starter. That was going to happen at some point in the season. You see what I'm saying? And with RJ struggling and can't shoot, you're going to have to put Cam in the game. So now That's the lineup really that needs to be in the game. You need to have Julius, Cam, Grimes, Mitch, and Brunson. But because you paid RJ that money already, and RJ is stinking up the place, for optics, you cannot put RJ on the bench. Not after you done penned that love affair letter to the masses about how you so in love with RJ and RJ is your guy and all this on why you didn't get Donovan Mitchell. You see him going that Freezy?
Right.
Exactly.
But Ron, you got to pay him because he's the golden child, bro. You got to pay RJ because he's the golden child.
To a lot of people, exactly.
Yeah.
To a lot of people.
Yeah. So he's the golden child. He represents a certain thing. That's all it is. It's RJ Barrett represents a certain thing, and I've been saying that for a minute. Like if you expect RJ Barrett to be like from the end of last year to the start of this year become a superstar, then you're mistaken.
No, I wouldn't expect him to become a superstar, but I expect him to be consistent.
Not you. I'm saying in general, if you expected RJ Barrett over the summer to all of a sudden become 50, 40, 90, when we know RJ Barrett is a bad shooter, an unwilling passer, a suspect defender at time, but he a hard worker, he try hard, and he do things the right way, right?
Freezy.
Those type things, you do need that on your team.
Do you know how bad we would be looking right now? Because you remember during this offseason, there's people that was knocking on the door saying we should have paid RJ $160 million.
Right.
RJ $160 million. People was knocking the door down saying we should pay that guy that kind of money.
That's way too much.
Right.
And right now, that guy ain't even earning the contract he got.
Right.
That game against Boston the other night, yeah, he shot. That was his most efficient game. But guess what he did? You can argue he's the reason why you lost the game because he had 6 of them turnovers that Boston had a total of 14 from the team. He had 6, and Boston scored 30 points off turnovers.
Right. But his contract don't kick in until next year though.
Exactly, but still you signed him.
But you said yeah. So right now he's making about 10.5, 11 mil, and so his contract, the extension, the thing he signed that'll kick in.
Hey, Chris B, I tell you what, I hope RJ plays better. I'm a Knicks fan at the end of the day. I hope he plays better.
Right.
No doubt. He plays better.
I think we all do. But what we want to consider is RJ still progressing and getting better every day. Like we hope that's the case. I think we see some of that too. That RJ is getting better. My thing though is I feel like we are exceptionally hard on RJ. Like we got RJ in the vice grip, but we let Grimes get away with everything. And Grimes ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking Grimes because in the grand scheme of things, I hope he's a great player because if he's a great player for the Knicks, he helps this team win. Right?
Freezer, I know you ain't just say that, man, when RJ been running under the radar, man.
Right now?
He ain't been getting no heat until this year, man. But he ain't been getting that heat like that until this year now.
But he's getting heat.
This year, deservedly so.
But you are saying that he's getting heat, right?
Yeah, he getting the heat and deservedly so. This what year for RJ?
This is year 4 for RJ.
Year 4, Freezer.
Okay, who's older, Quentin Grimes or RJ Barrett?
Is the season over?
Who's older, Quentin Grimes or RJ Barrett?
Ain't about who's older, it's about who basketball years.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at. NBA years.
Grimes
I ain't talking about how old you are. I'm talking about basketball game in this league.
Is older than
RJ. RJ is a veteran in comparison to Quentin Grimes.
Right. What I'm saying is RJ at least handled pressure and has been able to work through it. Quentin Grimes started out as Kansas. He flopped at Kansas. He transferred to Houston. He flopped at Houston. The coach told him, no, you're not D'Angelo Russell. You're never going to be D'Angelo Russell. You are going to be a wing defender. And he became a wing defender at Houston. He showed out at the combine, and the Knicks drafted him late in the first round.
I'm going to tell y'all my biggest problem.
That's Quentin Grimes' story.
Yeah,
and
but I'm going to tell y'all my biggest concern with Grimes, though, Freezy. I'm going to tell you this, is the injuries. And more importantly, and I don't think anybody said this, and if they did, I just missed it. But the fact that this man is having plantar fasciitis problem, that's normally a big man injury. That ain't no guard injuries.
Ron, I'm telling you, this dude is Frank Ntilikina, bro.
And I'm afraid that he gonna miss a bulk of time, man. Because
you remember Frank missed a lot. You remember Frank missed a lot of time too with a groin injury.
Yeah.
That groin gonna keep you over. That plantar fasciitis, we know, Freezy, you no good as any kind of athlete if you ain't got
That's
no feet.
no joke.
You ain't got no feet. You done.
You done.
And I think we gonna end up hearing that he gonna get surgery on that foot, man. I got a feeling,
and maybe
Probably.
gone for the year.
and won't play for the rest of the season.
Yep. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. What I'm saying to you right now, Ron, listen to what I'm saying. Right now, Quentin Grimes is Frank Ntilikina.
Oh yeah,
now
I get what you're saying. With the injuries and the numbers, even though the numbers is a little bit different in situation when you look at it, but I get what you're saying on face value.
Right.
But when you look at the skill level, there's no comparison. Quentin Grimes is a better ball player than him.
That's what we've been saying the whole time, and you went on like a 20-minute rant. Yeah, it is.
Stop that.
I exactly said that. You just didn't perceive it as that.
Coach, I see the ham sandwich in your hand right now. You ready to eat?
What are you talking about? You're the one that's got my 2 ham sandwiches are playing and producing, Jack. Okay. Those are my 2 ham sandwiches.
And so Ron, what I'm saying is right now, Quentin Grimes is Frank Ntilikina. That's why every time somebody compares him to Ray Allen or Klay Thompson, it puts me in this space where I feel like I gotta be as real as possible. Because when we put unrealistic expectations on our young players and they don't become that, then all of a sudden we throw them away when all we had to do is let them play and develop. We did the same thing to Kevin Knox. We were like, "Oh man, he's a tall shooter like Kevin Durant."
You ain't did that. He did it. Did you read his article that he said? Did you read which one? That press conference that what he said?
Which one you talking about?
Where Kevin Knox himself said that he blew his chances.
Yeah, I read that.
He said it himself. He ain't blamed nobody. He said
about his return
blew his chances.
Right.
He ain't got no ill will. He fessed up that he wet the bed, so to speak.
Right. But what I'm referring to is
talking about Tibbs
on Kevin Knox when Kevin Knox got drafted.
I liked him when he got drafted.
Right.
And I liked him the first year we had him with Fizdale. I couldn't believe the second year that they had him coming off the bench. I was blown away by that, especially when we weren't going nowhere.
Right.
That was dumb.
Right.
But that was coaching once again.
Right. Speaking of coaching want to get back to Tibbs. Right. So
please.
You
lost me at plantar fasciitis.
No, man, I was trying to stay on Tibbs, man. But
hey, that's the only reason why I went hard on you, Ron. It ain't about your points. I love you, brother. I really do. It's just Freezy. I know some of y'all think I'm new to the show and all that mess. But Freezy and I confide in each other a lot here lately, especially before shows. Right. And one of the things he asked me to help with is staying on topic.
I feel
right. I'm being a beacon and a beloved man of the show and a beloved of the Knicks like Ron is and Danny Landis and all you brothers out there and in the chat. I want to be a different show. And I know that's why a lot of y'all are here because we are a different show. We're for the people. We're run by the people. We're of the people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love you brothers. That's why I love Uncle Freezy, Danny Landis, Ron Cleveland. That's why I'm here. You know,
Coach, man, I hope we can get a championship in our lifetime, man.
Oh,
so me, you can sit up in
the
skybox.
Hell yeah.
You can sit up there. Knicks.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I know. But unfortunately, this man's schemes are not going to bring it to us.
Now, Malpica, I call you government man right there, right?
Yeah.
I got 100% agree with you, man. I'm ready to fly him out of town, man. And no disrespect to Tibbs.
Like he's a good coach, but not for this constructed team.
Exactly. No. He's run his course with this team. It's time for a new voice.
So, Ron, did you see this? Let me show you something. I want you to see something, okay? Check this out. Look at this.
Sally, come on in, bro.
Did you see these numbers? Did you see these numbers, bro?
ice, baby. Doom, 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 doom.
Bro, we
Man.
were giving up 97.1 shot attempts per game. Now, mind you, we played 2 overtime games, right? But 97.1 shots a game?
That's a lot of shots, man.
That's a lot of shots, man.
But look at Ron. We're defending those shots well, though.
But we defend
Given the fact that we're not concentrating on guarding the 3.
Right.
He gotta flip his philosophy.
But if they ain't missing the 3, like we're defending everything else pretty damn good.
Tibbs got to get the memo, man. This ain't the 90s, man.
But look,
what up, panel? What up,
Dre? Even the threes, we're 12th in the league in percentage. So it's just they're getting that volume up, bro. On us.
But you know that it's a problem because, and then for us, we don't shoot enough threes. We can't shoot them good. It's just. We should lose a lot more games because if we keep doing this, it's going to happen because we're not concentrating on really defending the threes. Everything is in the paint. We worrying about the paint sagging off, and these guys sitting out there. I watched Noah Vonleh the other night, and we had Vonleh.
Yeah,
and we know Vonleh take forever to shoot a 3.
That he might be the dumbest player we ever had, bro. that joker, Ron, you know I ain't lying, bro.
Hey, how long Vonleh take forever to shoot a 3? And I watched this kid shoot about 3 of them. I was like, come on, man. We not guarding the threes, man.
Ron, you remember the Charlotte game where he grabbed a rebound, right? And tried to push it, and he tried to throw a 40-foot chest pass. He tried to throw a 40-foot chest pass, and Charlotte picked it off and ran back and dunked on him. So he took the ball out of bounds, and guess what he did? He threw another 40-foot chest pass and got it picked off and got dunked on again. Bro,
he make Bonner seem like Einstein.
Bro, when you get a rebound off the glass, you grab it, you start pushing it, and you chest pass into traffic, and they pick it off. You like, bro, you can't be that dumb. They baited you. That's why he was open. You trying to throw a 40-foot pass at Dre to Enes Kanter.
Oh my God!
Catch it, what is he gonna do with it?
Man, I remember times he tried to throw a lob at some point and it would just smack off the backboard real hard, like he was trying to be like a playmaking big at points. I don't know, man. But for your point, Malpica, we know how to defend the 3 when we have a traditional big out there because we already have our rotations defined and we understand how to play out of that set. But the problem is in the modern NBA, we don't have our communication set up for a small ball lineup because we don't practice it, we don't teach it, we don't ingrain those principles and lineups that we never normally run, and that we're not used to switching or having our rotations set up for that. So it was just a whole bunch of miscommunications. When you notice when Mitch
I don't think so,
game,
man.
it was a lot of man. It was a lot of miscommunication.
I think that's how Tibbs has it set up, though.
But you know what a lot of that got to do with too. You know why the miscommunication happened? Think about it. Tibbs scrambling, throwing all kinds of lineups together.
Right.
These guys ain't playing together. This is gonna happen. You remember the same thing happened with Fizdale. Remember, we had 15 different lineups before the end of what was it? November?
Before the end of November.
15 different lineups, and we were terrible defensively.
Yeah.
But it depends on it depends on the coach. Because if you watch, I was gonna say
your previous point. Your previous point, right? Malcolm Brogdon blew by Jalen Brunson, right? And RJ Barrett was at the rim to contest, right? And Julius Randle saw this, turned around and looked at Obi and was like, and RJ looked at Obi and
they're used to specific players doing specific things.
Yeah,
but why? But listen, if you're playing Obi at the 4 and Randle is the 5, and Randall's the rim protector, right?
That's Randall, man.
That means Obi is the weak side rim protector.
Yeah.
Right? So if they pull Randall away, Obi has to rotate.
Obi got to rotate.
Spot.
That's basketball 101. That ain't a coaching thing.
RJ Barrett's
rotate and help.
Right, it's not RJ Barrett's responsibility to leave his man on the perimeter to contest at the rim and be late.
And guess what happened? Even if he
and Obi like RJ, you late.
Shot, if my man didn't decide that he wanted to take that shot, he got another option. He can kick it out to the wide open man for the three.
Out to the rim. Yep. And then RJ looking and Obi looking at RJ like, yo, you late on that rotation. No, crazy. If you the 4 in a small ball lineup, you are the weak side rim protector. They pull Randall out for a reason.
Freezer, it's funny to be talking about coaching, man.
Breakdowns.
It's funny to be talking about coaching because I saw an article. They said that Obi and Rick Brunson Sr. had a heated conversation
in Philly.
Yeah.
That's the game that Jalen cursed him out. He was cursing out Randall and Obi walked through and he just cussed at Obi too. He was just mad, bro. He was pouting. I can see Jalen Brunson lip like a little kid.
No, they said the daddy.
No, I know. I'm talking about what happened on the court, though. I'm saying on the court. Mm-hmm. Jalen Brunson was cursing at Randall, right? When they went small, Randall didn't sag off his man to stay halfway between the rim and the three-point shooter, right? Mm-hmm. So it gave the driver an option because now Randall in no man's land. Now he ain't defending nobody. You feel me? Now they get the 3 or the layup. They got the layup. Jalen Brunson looked at Randall like, yo, either play defense or not. We not zoning. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a two-way go. You got to be able to get either. Obi is walking, and this is what I assume. I don't know for sure, but based on my basketball experience, this is what it looked like. Obi cuts through them, and Jalen Brunson starts cussing at Obi too. Get out the way! Don't you see I'm talking to Randall? Or something crazy like that.
But they said it was a heated discussion, man.
Yeah.
And for people who be trying to tell me Obi ain't got no fire, they said it was very heated.
Nah, hey, people that say Obi ain't got no fire, they don't go to Knicks games, bro. I'm telling you right now. I go to Knicks games. I go to them in Charlotte, Atlanta, and y'all hear me say this all the time, right? Don't be fooled by what you see on the camera. You be seeing Quentin Grimes smiling, all that stuff during the game. Quentin Grimes listen. These Knicks players are passionate, bro. Like during them timeouts, where people be shooting, be trying to catch a t-shirt and all that stuff. These dudes be legit yelling at each other and all types of stuff, bro. We see it. We see. I recorded it with my phone and put it in on the site. It's on this site right here, right now. I recorded some of it with my phone and put it up here. The Charlotte one, right? Mm-hmm. Obi cussed. I'm telling you, Obi was fussing at Tibbs in the Charlotte game that he got pulled. Obi was cussing at Tibbs, bro. Randall had to go get him.
So what y'all think? How long will it be before Tibbs get fired? That's the question.
It depends what happens on this next stretch. Like, how many more games do we have against solid competition? Because we're in the midst of a stretch. So
we're in the midst of a stretch, bro.
So SC, we lost
73. 73.
So SC, we won one out of our
73 tough games left.
Right. So we won one out of our last 4 games, right?
Sound like it.
Yeah, the Sixers game.
Yeah.
We're going against the Timberwolves, which
tomorrow.
I don't like that.
They're
just like us.
Except they're going to be running cat at the 5, which is going to be breakdowns if we don't figure out our rotations. It's going to be breakdowns.
This will be the game Anthony Edwards get healthy on.
All you need to destroy the Knicks is
who's the starting lineup right now?
Ours or theirs?
Go there, Cat.
This is an important follow-up thing I want to say.
For them or ours?
Who's their starting lineup right now?
Well, Gobert's out with safety and protocols. Cat is going to be starting at the 5.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Ant's going to be at the 2. D'Lo is going to be at the 1. And then they're going to put 2, 3, and D guys out there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, find out who the name is of that 4. That's who we need to stop.
That's who we need to stop, bro.
The no-name 4, they're going to be starting tomorrow.
Hey man, hey, coach, it don't even have to be the no-name 4. All you need is one dribble penetrator and a big that can shoot. It could be the 4 or the 5, and that's the issue right there.
Hey, Jaden McDaniels. Watch out for
Oh,
Jaden McDaniels tomorrow.
Jaden McDaniels is gonna have. Well, I don't think Cat is gonna guard Julius unless we go super small. Cat is probably gonna
but
guard
Jaden McDaniels always he guards Julius anyway.
Cat and Hartenstein gonna be a fun watch. Two guys who really can't
Jaden
jump.
McDaniels is gonna give
Can't
RJ
jump.
problems.
Huh?
Jaden McDaniels' length is gonna give RJ problems tomorrow unless he got his jumper going. That's the only way I can see him having a good game tomorrow.
I don't know. Cat might eat up Hartenstein tomorrow night, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
think you watch a different game than me, bro. Always hating on iHeart's defense.
I didn't say nothing but his defense.
I want to give y'all a name to be aware of tomorrow.
Coach, did I say anything but his defense?
And you said he can't jump.
That man don't jump like that, man. Not on defense.
A name to be aware of tomorrow is
you ain't supposed to jump all the time.
Slow-mo.
Kyle Anderson.
He can't really shoot like that, but he's gonna have his jumper for us tomorrow.
Man, Kyle Anderson's still in this league.
Yep.
Yeah,
he's been in it forever.
Yeah, he's 29.
Actually, let me check the last starting lineup.
He ain't fouled out yet. What you talking about? He's gonna foul out.
And he's shooting 50% from 3.
Kyle Anderson?
Yep.
Oh, how many attempts though?
None. Like one a game or something like that.
Hey, Freezer, what was that cat name on our bench you called the other night?
On our bench?
The shooter.
Svi McCullough.
Svi McCullough.
Yep, Svi McCullough. Yep.
Yeah. Their last starting lineup was D'Lo, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Kyle Anderson, and Karl Towns.
Yep.
Oh, Kyle Anderson fixing to get 30.
Well, I'm gonna tell you where the problem gonna come in at. We better put Cam on D'Lo.
Nah, we better put Cam on Anthony Edwards.
Well, guess what that means.
D'Lo isn't the same, but when he gets hot, he can get cooking.
But you know, I ain't even worried about him shooting. I'm worrying about him blowing by Brunson.
Oh, good. Let him. I'll go in the 2-point contest, right?
Ron, I've been watching a couple Minnesota Timberwolves games, and Anthony Edwards has been taking a leap as the playmaker on that team. So there's going to be a lot of him dribbling and trying to create something and going off the dribble and attacking the rim and driving and kicking. They're kind of phasing away from. So
they're trying to make D'Lo more of a shooter,
more of a combo guard.
Yeah, they're phasing away from D'Lo. Well, because his contract is expiring and they're not going to bring him back.
So they want to suppress his value.
I mean,
I think they want to run the whole team through Edwards. I think that's what
they're trying to get Edwards up to, because first of all, their guard depth is very lackluster.
Yeah.
Outside their wing, they have some wing depth, but their guard depth, as far as like ball handlers and playmakers, is pretty mediocre. Even though they have a little guard off the bench that has like the highest net rating on their whole team.
Yeah, McLaughlin.
So next day, funny, he said you could blow by Brunson.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Cam is going to be on Edwards, which is the most important person.
Oh, that's going to be a nice matchup.
Yeah, and they're gonna probably put RJ on Jaden McDaniels, and I feel like Brunson can be okay on D'Lo. Like D'Lo is not as ball dominant anymore. He's not as explosive. So,
bro, how long are we going to be judging D'Lo on his potential?
Yeah, it's over with.
It's over.
Come on, man. This dude's a journeyman, bro.
He is who he is right now.
I mean, I'm sorry. He had that nice little bounce back year, but come on, man. This dude's a journeyman.
And then he got hurt, and then he's always been a negative on defense. So
I don't know if he's trash, but he's a journeyman.
Coach, this game,
we overvaluing the other team again.
I need to see Cam take about 8 shots this game, man. 8 to 10 shots, man. I don't. Cam is so unselfish shooting, and the one thing I really hate.
I'm glad you said that.
They don't look for Cam enough. They don't.
They don't
look for him enough, man.
On my way home today, I spoke before the show with Freezy from my whole ride home, and I'm glad you said that. That's the exact thing that we were talking about. Like everyone had this mindset on Cam. He's selfish. He's always looking for him and his shot and blah blah blah. and we are actually saying the sentence, the two of us. We want Cam to shoot more. Can you believe we never say that?
We all in agreement, so that means we seeing the same thing.
Yeah.
To me, he's very efficient, especially attacking the basket. When he got the ball in his hand, good things tend to happen offensively.
Right, Dre, you remember during the summer, and I'm sorry about cutting you off, Ron. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good. That was it.
But Dre, you remember during the summer, me, you, coach, EG 14,000, we were breaking down Cam Reddish's assist percentage and his steals percentage. And we were like, yo, he needs to be more of a willing passer and focus in on being a lockdown defender to rebuild his value.
That's what he's trying to do.
We said that first, right?
And not the roof right now.
Yeah, and not that we need credit for stuff because we just talking basketball or whatever. But I think if Cam continues up this path, like I feel like he does need to take more shots, right? But that's the reason why I'm always nervous about Cam Reddish in the headband. And I know that's so petty. That's petty. That's me being childish, right? Yeah, that's me being childish because I think every time Cam put a headband on, I think he gonna start trying to shoot. Right? I'm ready for I'm ready for Cameron. I don't want no more Cam. I want Cameron Reddish. I want just a guy that's just gonna play with his God-given abilities and play at 100%, right?
Exactly.
You want him to be like you. I wanted to interject. You probably want him to play like kind of like Robert Covington, when he was a little bit younger, like focusing on defense and hit the 3-point shot.
Yeah, Cam get 12 and in that starting lineup with his defense. I ain't crying at all. I'm happy.
Yeah. I just want Cam to take smart shots.
But Dre, the thing about it is this, and this is what I want to say to Coach and Ron too, is if Cam is focused on being the starting unit's lockdown defender, that means he's going to be the fourth option on offense.
Exactly. So he ain't going to get to shoot a lot of shots. And guess what he's going to be though? His value to the team is going to be so because you have to have a wing defender in this league. Yeah, you're not going to be a good team on what you aspire to be if you don't have that. Any team, you look at all these great teams in this league, man, and you can look on each one of them and you can find a great wing defender on them.
Right.
That's why.
And listen to this. Even the best player ever. Oh, I'm sorry. Even the best player ever.
Who that is?
Had Scottie Pippen.
This guy had Scottie Pippen with him. Right.
Defending the best player on the other team for him.
Right. Okay. Even Magic Johnson had Michael Cooper.
You're right. And the best player also guarded too. Yeah. But you're right.
Yeah. Remember Magic had Michael Cooper? Cooper and Byron Scott. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
And then go back to the Detroit days. A young Rodman.
Yeah, man.
And Sally
Fitz. And Sally.
Yep.
Yeah. They had Rodman and Sally at the same time, bro.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench.
Look at the Lakers. James Worthy
and Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars is probably one of the best 6'2" and under defenders to ever play the game.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Joe Dumars was that small
for our team, man. That's why Cam ain't going nowhere.
He used to defend Jordan
and Reggie Miller.
Oh yeah. Jordan to tell you that guy and Reggie Lewis was one of the hardest guys for him to have to deal with.
Yeah, I remember that Sports Illustrated cover. Remember, it had like Michael Jordan, like kind of like stiff arming Joe Dumars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they would talk. That's what he was talking about in that article. But Joe Dumars was
if you
defended him tough.
If you know,
I'm just really. I don't know where this team is headed. But man,
hey, I'll tell you what he headed, Ron. I'm gonna tell you what he headed. Right, what's gonna happen is we're gonna play and we're not gonna meet the expectations that we thought. Mm-hmm. I hope we will. But what's gonna happen is at some point they are gonna give Miles McBride a chance, right? And I think Miles McBride might be the guy that breaks out because he is what this team needs, right? The dude that's going to be an elite on-ball defender. And yes, I said elite. Now, what will he give you on offense? Nothing. Diddly poo. But
so he can be our Marcus Smart.
Kind of.
Even Marcus Smart's hitting threes on us.
In a limited role, but not just in a limited role. And so where does he get those minutes from? I'm thinking he's gonna eventually. I think they're gonna remove Evan Fournier from the rotation period. And
who said that? Who's been saying that?
Yeah, coach, stop pounding your chest and let me finish.
Sorry.
So no, man. That was funny because you're right. You're right.
It's funny you brought him up because I saw a proposed trade for Josh Jackson.
Who's Josh Jackson play for?
Spurs.
Would you mind having Josh Jackson right now?
Not if we got Cam.
I like both, bro.
But then again, you can never have enough of them.
Yeah, I don't mind him being the backup instead of Grimes.
Yeah. I won't mind having them both.
What Grimes did to you?
Right.
I'm just playing. We was talking about that earlier. That's why we was glad.
He's trying to poke the bear over here, man.
I'm trying to mess
poking the bear all night.
I ain't biting this time, man.
Hey, I'm poking the bear because the Bears got poked today by Tua in the fins.
Oh my god!
I knew Rob would like that one.
I think he's saying that because he's killing our fantasy football league, bro. I see coach.
It's a wrap.
I'm so mad.
Man, I need to see Tibbs do. Man, it's sad that we got a topic on this coach this early because that tells me that he's on the way up out of here. I don't like to see anybody get fired. I don't.
Yeah, he'll still get paid.
But that's why I would rather him go and resign.
He's all right.
I'd rather him pull a Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I can't do any more with you know what I mean? I can respect somebody who recognize when they can't go any further.
Right.
Than to just beat your head up at the top of the stairs. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and let go, man. Let go the rope, man. Just let go.
Like Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
Kenny Atkinson came in one day and was like, these guys are really trying to like run the ship. Nah, you can have this, man. I'm going.
And Nash should have done the same thing.
Nash did. They did though. Nash did.
He did.
Yeah. They mutually agreed.
Nash I'll take Steve Nash
as
a coach.
Oh, I can't.
I don't know what Steve Nash is good at as a coach.
Right.
That's the thing for me.
And it's not fair because he put himself into a situation
where he should have never took that job.
Yeah, he should have took a young team.
That job for a novice coach is not no job you take, man.
But you got to remember he didn't have a ring as a player, so he wanted to scratch one out as a coach. Like he thought it was going to be an easy ring right there.
Right.
For his resume.
Even Popovich.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now I do got a question, but this one player, because for as much as I say I'd like to see him move on and go someplace and get a ring, man, Derrick Rose has become one of our best 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
Hey, D Rose if we were winning these games, everyone would be talking about the contributions and limited minutes that D Rose has given us.
The resurrection of Derrick Rose.
I'm trying to trade Derrick Rose for something.
He got value. He has to have value. The way he's playing right now.
No, he's got value.
He got to have some serious value.
He hasn't really done anything wrong in the minutes he's played. Really,
but what are y'all looking to get in return? That's the point. What are y'all trying to get?
Exactly.
If we ain't getting nothing, what's the point?
Man, B. Willis put a good name in the chat for a coach. B. Willis put a good name in the chat for a coach.
You know who I would take back for Derrick Rose? Some sort of like, you know how we traded for like Cam and we were trying to swing for like a high ceiling player. Like that's who I would like, a very low floor that hasn't really produced at this level, but has a high ceiling. That's what I would swing for a wing because we need athleticism desperately. Like in this league. I mean,
if we can get it
with the way the league is trending, where players used to be taller and now they're almost shrinking down to like the 6'8", 6'9", 6'7" range. You need those types of players to be successful in this league.
All right, so
if we can get a wing equivalent of Rose, you know what I'm saying?
All right, I got one for you. I got one. You ready?
Go for it,
Mm-hmm.
Coach. You ready?
I know I'm gonna laugh.
Dre, you ready?
Yeah,
I'm gonna laugh in a good way.
Nah, you ain't. Nah, I'm telling you because it's spot on for what we need.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose for Brandon Clark.
Brandon Clark. Okay.
Yeah.
But they're
I do that one.
underplaying him over there. They paid him.
I like
They just
D-Rose,
paid
bro.
him.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
Trust
and
me. I'm a D-Rose guy.
When Triple J comes back, what are they gonna do with Brandon Clark?
Bench.
Oh.
Yep.
He's already on the bench, by the way. He's playing like 18 minutes a night.
Yeah,
and they paid him, by the way.
How's his defense?
Oh, good. Good. Right? But then they have, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that we have to consider. They have a dude named Jake LaRavia that they want to give minutes to, the shooter out of Wake Forest. And they have the fat boy, the big boy. What's the big boy name that can't get on the court? The
left-handed Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton, yeah. They have a stockpile at Brandon Clark's position, but
the weird they paid him though. Like that's the weird thing. They paid him. Like they gave him some money.
But that's before they got coach's favorite guy. What's the dude's name?
Saldama.
Almada.
Yeah.
Santi.
Yeah, that's before they got him. That's before they got Lofton. That's before they got LaRavia.
And the way the Grizzlies are building their team, they want shooters around Ja as much as possible.
Yeah,
they want real shooters, and they try to make Brandon Clark play like small ball 5 in some arrangements, but he doesn't really have a jumper,
right?
And he kind of gets in the way of Ja Morant. But it works when they play the up and down fast tempo. But when you play against good teams, they're going to limit those fast break opportunities, and he can't get on the court if they're not playing.
And his career minutes are down, even with injuries to Triple J and others.
I don't think Obi fans are going to like that though.
I'm handing these people y'all calling. And guess what? And it's funny y'all talking about these wings and stuff, right?
JJJ already has a big contract in the comments.
I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna go on record and say this, man. I don't think we're gonna see the best version of RJ Barrett until we move Julius Randle.
Right, Ron. You know why, right? I know you. I know you heard.
You about to say it. I know you about to say.
That's because RJ Barrett is a power forward. RJ Barrett.
I don't know about that.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids version of Julius Randle. They the same player, bro.
Except his game, the way his game is. I get what you're saying. That bully type mentality, trying to get the basket.
You put Julius Randle in a dryer for too long, and you pull out RJ Barrett. Dre, come on, Dre.
So you saying
you do a hot wash?
Yeah, you do a hot wash of Randle and pull it out, and it's Julius and his RJ Barrett.
Hold on. So you saying RJ is
That's really sad and thought about that thing, and I just look at how RJ plays when he's away from Julius, and he looks better. He just does, man. He looks better,
but he don't even shoot good enough to be a power forward either in this league. The way power forward shoot now.
Dre was about to.
I was about to say like you
tell me off, Dre. I know you got it.
No. I'm saying you calling RJ PJ Tucker with an ISO mentality? Is that what you're saying? PJ Tucker with a Mamba mentality?
I'm calling RJ Barrett like. I'm trying to figure out a way to say it, but even if Julius Randle was on another team, I would still call him Julius Randle shrunken down.
Well, you funny, you know that one. Then you funny for that.
But think about it. Does RJ Barrett move fluidly like a guard?
No.
Right?
I think Randle's more athletic than RJ. Technically,
I think the baseline for a modern small forward is Brandon Ingram. Does RJ Barrett move fluid like Brandon Ingram? No.
That's a hard baseline now.
Instead of a stretch 4, he's a shrunk 4.
So Brandon Ingram is a baby KD.
Yeah, the baseline can't be Jason
Brandon Ingram played 2 guard when he first came to the league because he was so small.
Brandon Ingram game screamed KD all day. He looks like a baby KD.
I mean, think of the most unathletic, or I'm sorry, the most non-explosive, high productive guard I know is Devin Booker. Like Devin Booker is not getting ready to go to the rim.
Too.
Yeah,
Harden.
Harden too. Right, but those guys do those guys give you? Does RJ Barrett give you like?
Those guys have sneaky explosives, and like RJ doesn't have that at all.
No, RJ sometimes sneaks a dunk on you, like whoa,
Man,
like.
Coach, hold on, Coach. We gonna put Coach in time. Coach, come on, man. You seen RJ Barrett do that windmill dunk in game, and you saw he grazed the rim. And everybody saw that. The coach, don't be acting like RJ. Come on.
Like sometimes I'm not talking about like that.
Barely made that dunk.
The quality of the dunk.
Like,
yeah, you footy, boy. You footy.
I'm talking about like when he went through a dude and then dunked it kind of thing, not like the actual height of the dunk and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, he had a running start from like you talk about the.
I know.
You talk about the Atlanta dunk in the playoffs where he dunked on Bogdanovich.
On Herder. He got
you know.
He had a running. He had a running start from the tunnel.
Is it kind of like the bird dunks, like when they surprise you?
RJ Barrett started running. RJ Barrett started running in Covington, Georgia. That's how come he had enough momentum.
He did surprise me that game, dog. I didn't think RJ had that much hops in it. He surprised me that game.
Yeah, like once in a while.
I never see somebody do a windmill from their armpit. Like usually they drop it below their waist when they windmill.
Yeah.
He rocked it like
but if you just a rim grazer, you ain't windmilling ever,
bro. So we love RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, we love you, bro. Right, but here's the thing. Here's the facts of the facts. RJ Barrett is not an Anthony Edwards athlete.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Ooh, no.
Right, you know what I'm saying. Now, is he a good player? Yeah, he gonna be a really good
Anthony
player.
Edwards keep eating that Popeyes. He won't be much of an athlete.
Yeah, he gonna be out there with a gut.
Hey, Anthony Edwards has already got that little acting bug in him too, a little bit. He might get a little too Hollywood.
You know, it's funny.
Looking like Uncle Lucius.
What if Anthony Edwards turns into Baron Davis again? The same body type.
Oh yeah.
The same body type, but still explosive. Still explosive.
Baron Davis was explosive for a minute, but he got chubby.
He was a beast when he first came in.
That's why that leg blew out on him.
Yeah, Mark Jackson. You ain't got to go to Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson used to report the training camp. 240 pounds, bro.
Raymond Felton.
You 6'3". Yeah, man. You come on. I saw Mark Jackson in Newport Center, right? All right. I'm a tall guy, right? I'm a tall guy. I don't lie about my height. It is what it is, bro. I think you are who God made you, right? You know what I'm saying? You could probably get better, but listen. They said Mark Jackson was 6'4", and I was looking in the top of Mark Jackson's head. I was like, no way, Mark Jackson. And he signed my thing. He was like, "Hey, big fella, you play ball?" Yeah. Mark Jackson, when I saw him, Mark Jackson stood up, bro. There was no way Mark Jackson was in.
He was more like 6'2".
Yeah, Mark Jackson more like 6'1", about 225. There's no way Mark Jackson
is a running back.
Yeah,
Mark Jackson. He built like an NFL running back.
Yeah, there's no way Mark Jackson was. Remember they had him listed at 6'4", 200. Man, ain't no way.
Mark Jackson ain't never played at no 200 probably.
Bro, never.
Not since he was a rookie.
That's Grimes size.
Bro, I'm telling you, when I saw him, Dre, it was when the Knicks drafted him. Before he played a minute with the Knicks. I was looking at him. He looked like he was 6'1", 225.
Well, Mark Jackson had a dad bod like going into St. John's.
Yes. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. These dudes lie about their height. These dudes, personally, I believe RJ Barrett is 6'7" or taller.
Yeah, he don't look like he's 6'6", man. He look taller than 6'6".
They lie about his height so he could keep playing guard. Because RJ Barrett, if they ever list him at 6'7", 6'8", he moving the power forward.
Well, you know what? Hey, remember KD did the same thing.
Yeah, he said he was only 6'8", 6'9". Yeah.
Garnett did the same thing. He was like, "You're not gonna make me play centers. I'm 6'11", man."
Barkley was 6'5". He did the opposite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I look. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people said he was 6'4.5". Some people.
Yeah.
Barkley I don't know. Beast, boy. That dude was a beast.
But he wanted to play power forward, so he lied the other way.
Yeah.
How tall is Derek Coleman? 6'9", 6'10"?
6'10".
Derek Coleman.
Yeah.
Coleman was a beast coming out of Syracuse.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The thing I'm getting at with the Anthony Edwards thing and the RJ Barrett thing is I'm not trying to disrespect RJ Barrett, right? But in basketball, bro, you got to do the things that you're good at. You can't have a bag, right, and not get in your bag and try to do the stuff that you weak at all the time, or you'll be out of the league, right? If RJ Barrett is a bully ball player, right, then why not play to his strengths?
Just bully.
Yeah, just because think about it. Does RJ Barrett, the coach, does RJ Barrett have the soft shooting touch of a guard?
Nope.
No.
Do we have the ability to just shake a person up and go by him?
Right. No.
He can
Not much.
No. He only has the ability to get just enough to get him on their hip, and then he can muscle up and shot at the rim.
And then he can exploit him. Yeah.
By then he done ate up some clock.
Yeah.
But when you have someone that does that, you need to have a center that's not in the paint.
Not in the paint.
And
which is why he was finishing so well last game.
And
he needs to be Jerome Kersey.
Why we won that one game against, what was it, Philly? Who did we beat? Oh, beat Philly.
Yeah.
And that was the game Mitch got hurt, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember I said if Mitch wouldn't have got hurt, we wouldn't have won that game.
I believe you.
Because you wouldn't have saw that type of that roster from Tibbs like that. Tibbs wouldn't have been playing them players like that. It wasn't until Mitch got hurt.
There's a reason why he doesn't play those players, because we don't practice with those players. We don't ever try those lineups in practice to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So when he does stuff like that, it's mostly out of necessity or a panic.
Yeah.
Because it didn't work. Because if you remember, he went to the Sims lineup before he even went to the Obi Randall lineup, which was
nice to see Obi and Randall in that lineup together. That was nice to see. Yeah. We've been calling for that.
They did it 2 games in a row.
It was nice to see. And it actually works. Yeah. You know, that's the crazy thing, Coach. It actually works. And we all been saying it because Obi is not going to just sit around and get in Randall's way. He's going to constantly move.
It works.
Yeah,
it works
especially now that his 3-point shot is getting better.
Effective.
Now he can be out of the way like that.
Because if you notice, Obi can do those dribble handoffs and fake and go right to the cup.
Exactly.
Before he couldn't do that because there would be a center.
That's why I think Obi
right there.
Obi and RJ need to find a way to switch positions. Because Obi ain't banging down low with nobody on defense. So he might as well go to ballet class and yoga and start playing the 3, Obi. That's what
it was good to see him down there. You know, and a lot of people out here, Obi don't rebound enough. Well, you're not going to rebound. You're not going to be rebounding when you out there on the perimeter. But this last game we saw when he had Julius Randle and Obi out there, Obi was underneath that basket a lot, getting rebounds.
He got a block last game too.
And got a block with the left hand, with the hand closest to the defense. to the offensive guy.
I'm not critical of Obi's potential at all. I feel he's got offensively. I think he has a lot of potential. But defense is the problem, and we all know that. There's no talking around it. So,
I'm gonna say one more thing about Fournier not being in the lineup. That Fournier not being in the lineup gives RJ more of a defined role to be more high volume, because to be absolutely 100 about RJ, he's a high volume player. Like if he's getting minimum touches, he's going to be even more inefficient.
Yeah, he's got to take a lot of shots to get his points.
When Fournier's in the game, sometimes he's moved down into the corner as the 4th option, and his only interaction with the ball is catching and shooting. And he's really not a catch and shoot player. He can do it on occasion, but he needs touches. He needs to go downhill. He needs to see the hoop. And the reason why,
that's fine. There's a lot of stars are like that.
Yeah. There's a reason why Randall and Brunson and RJ all had good offensive games at the same time, is because they figured out a hierarchy in a way to score, and Cam didn't demand touches like Fournier would demand a touch to get into his pick and roll.
I know.
So he could throw up
I know. I've been saying this.
So that Fournier being eliminated helps RJ's game. Ironically, even though he provides RJ spacing.
And those 3 players, I mean, and that's why Mitch works with those 3, because he's not He's not demanding any touches. So, and even Hartenstein's the same way. He don't demand touches. He helps everyone else eat. So besides that, that's why I think Cam was the better option at the end, even Grimes, because especially Cam's attitude now, he's not shoot. We're asking for him to shoot more now. I know that's crazy to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's shown that he's unselfish. He's trying to do what the team needs, the defensive
Smart
side.
shots.
You know what I'm
Trying
saying?
to eliminate the dumb shots in this game.
Yeah,
I love it. When he goes to the basket, that's what I love to see. I love to see him attack. And he finished more. You know what's crazy is that guy is right-handed, but he finished more with his left hand than he did his right hand.
Yeah. He's an athlete, period. I mean,
he's a baller.
He's our most gifted physical player we have.
Right.
All around. Like Kobe's up there. I mean, Obi's up there too. You know.
Yeah,
he's not fluid.
He's more fluid than Obi. Like he has more agility. He can go left or right.
Yeah.
More change of
he can go up and down. And Obi is a straight line athlete. Yeah.
Explosive.
Right.
Yeah.
And his foot
Obi's explosive.
Cam got very good footwork on defense too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wild though. That's all. He's just a little wild, you know.
Yeah. Every now and then he'll have you scratch your head. He'll do something out of character every now and then, but for the most part, that dude is solid, man. He's very right now. Without Cam on this team, we'd be in some serious trouble. Because Grimes, I think we're gonna have Grimes having surgery, man, and he's gonna be gone for the season. And if they're smart, they'll go ahead and do it. Don't even bring him back this season. Go ahead. Just go ahead and get surgery on that foot and just be out for the rest of the season.
And get it over with, man. I'm telling you, Frank Ntilikina stay hurt, bro. Frank stay hurt. I'm telling you.
No, I agree with Ron, because if you're not 100%, it's not fair to Grimes and to show his worth.
Oh. I just keep getting them too mixed up.
And to show his worth, if this is him showing it, if he really is hurt.
We've seen the results. It ain't no secret. That plantar fasciitis, that don't go away. Once that stuff start kicking up, that's gonna bother you the whole season long.
Y'all remember Shady McCoy? Remember LaShawn McCoy?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how LaShawn McCoy was the best running back in the game? He got plantar fasciitis, and next thing you know, it's over.
Man, you know the first time I ever heard of that was when Patrick Ewing had it.
Oh,
and Patrick Ewing was ruined that season.
Yeah. Hey guys, you know what? Something else we haven't talked much about, and especially in the off season, Freezy, you were a beacon for this message, and I'm glad Francisco Carrillo. I want to give you credit for bringing this up and reminding me of this, because I was going to say this earlier. I forgot. Who's the best defender on the other team covering most of the time? Let's be real now.
RJ. I mean, I posted that. Remember, I posted that tweet.
Right? Yeah, you posted that too.
Yeah. No. Dre put me on it. Dre was the first.
Yeah.
Dre
so
hit me to it. Yeah.
That's the one of the things I'll give RJ. That's the other apology thing I do with RJ is the best dude is covering RJ. Okay, so his shots are his shots are tougher than everyone else's shots. You know, night in and night out right now. Right. So, and the last couple games since the second half of the Bucks game, I have been okay with RJ's efficiency and everything.
I feel like part of his efficiency may have been on an uptick because we put Cam in the lineup and Cam takes the harder assignment.
Yep.
And he has legs for his jumper now.
That's what I've been saying too from the beginning. Like RJ, his offensive numbers are going to be better because he's not going to be counted on to be defending the best guy on the other team. He's going to help him offensively.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Coach.
There's only about maybe 2-3 guys in the league that can put up high volume on offense and guard the best guy on the other team.
Yeah,
and that's like Paul George and Kawhi when he's healthy. That's
MVP candidates.
Like, and I wouldn't even say Giannis because Giannis is more of a rim protector. He doesn't really go out there and guard guys on the perimeter like that. They put him in the drop so you can protect the rim and play safety. Right. So it's his RJ's job. What we ask of RJ is a lot, and when he comes up short, we like down on him. But we're expecting him to do stuff that all NBA players do. And he may not be that, and that's okay that he's not that.
That's why
I said ain't no
ahead.
knock to it. He's a role player, man. That's what RJ is, and he can be a very good role player.
The best defender on the other team isn't covering the role player, Jack. I'm telling you, bro. They're not, Ron.
You think RJ that dude, huh?
I'm not saying he's that dude, but every coach in the league is saying he is.
Or the positions
I mean,
that we put
I'm
him
talking
in,
about for who we have right now.
Oh yeah. On this team, he's somebody you want to take up. You want to knock him out.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so if every coach, and I guarantee, if they made them polls top 25 and under things, and who you were worried about when you played the Knicks, and you ask players in this league, RJ's light is a lot brighter from the players than it is from the media and our fans.
It's because we view him in the optics of the guys drafted ahead of him, and it's not fair to him.
You know what, Dre, and rightfully so, when you're a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
The top 3 picks supposed to be difference makers, man.
They're supposed to be difference
no way
makers.
to cut that.
They're supposed to be. But
I'm telling you, other NBA players view RJ a lot differently than we do.
I'm gonna tell you, I think RJ need to stay away from the 3-point line.
Yeah,
I agree with what Freezy was saying, and even if he don't have to bully all the time, if he can get a little 15-foot jump shot, I'm cool with that. 12, 15 foot, because that mid range, I'm still waiting on that. He said he's been working on all season.
He needs to go to DeMar DeRozan camp.
Yeah, that's what he need to work on, because Coach, let's face it, everybody ain't gonna be a 3-point shooter, man. Everybody ain't gonna be a 3-point shooter.
No.
Oh, he can pick it up a little later.
I'd rather you do what you do best than to sit up there taking a shot that you know you ain't that comfortable with.
Yo, right. You remember Charles Barkley used to do that. Remember they was like Charles Barkley. And I know people don't I keep forgetting the age of the group and stuff, and maybe I need to adjust. But Ron, Coach, y'all probably remember this a little bit more than others. Y'all remember Charles Barkley coming to the league did not have a half-court game.
Hell no.
No,
he couldn't shoot a 3 either.
He didn't shoot no 3s.
But if you let him get a step on his man, he was going to.
He gonna take him to the 12th floor and leave him on the 6th
and rip the rim off.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh.
He dunked, and I say this, and people think I'm exaggerating, but there was Charles Barkley had just got a signature Nike shoe. The Charles Barkleys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The CB4s. And they came out on a Tuesday. That Saturday night, the Knicks were playing the Sixers at the Garden, right? Charles Barkley grabs a rebound, pushes it the length of the floor, right? And we have our power forward. I can't remember who his name was. It was just some random dude. And Bill Cartwright were under the rim. And they were like, "He come! And they could hear Barkley coming, right? They knew Barkley wasn't going to stop. So the defense looked like the small forward, I think it was Johnny Newman, was supposed to slide in front of Barkley and take the charge. Johnny Newman was like, who?
Johnny Newman made a business decision.
I ain't stepping in front of that.
I ain't stepping in front of no freight train. Barkley took off with 2 feet and 2 hands, cocked it back, and threw it down Bill Cartwright. Throat.
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these young Knicks fans, man, and young NBA fans in general, man, and they had the pleasure of seeing Barkley play, man. And Barkley was dominant. He was dominant, especially in the Philly days. And in Philly days, just like you were saying, Freezer, that man wasn't shooting no 3s. No. Everybody knew Barkley was coming straight to the basket, and everything was in transition.
Yes.
In the half court, he coming straight to the basket.
He was grabbing that rebound. He wasn't gonna stop till he dunked.
That's what he was gonna do.
Yep.
That's what he was.
Then when he went to Phoenix, that dude was popping them 3s.
Yeah, that's when he started shooting 3s when he was up out of here.
Yeah, but he evolved. What I'm saying is
exactly.
It was an evolution. Like so, what I'm saying about RJ Barrett.
Do what you do best.
Do what you do best right now, and then let the other stuff come.
I wouldn't even be mad at the bully balling because you saw it worked when there's spacing. It works. Right. His bully balling works when there's spacing. Like he was getting and ones because he can beat one person. He's crafty enough to get around one person. He's not athletic enough to get around that one person and score over the big. That's what John Morant can do. That's what athletic freaks can do.
But Dre, I was gonna say to your point though, right? RJ Barrett can get around 1, right, and maybe finish around 2. But when you have like 3 guys, like somebody coming from the weak side, like RJ Barrett got his shot blocked yesterday by.
You got to be a better passer. You got to be a better passer.
What's the coach? What's the starting shooting guard for the Sixers right now? They started Maxey and Melton.
Melton,
right?
Yeah,
Melton swatted RJ Barrett's shot like he was Mutombo, right?
Yeah.
But guess what happened? Guess what happened in that same play? Quentin Grimes was in the corner doing his taxes.
Yep.
Wide open.
He was wide.
Yeah,
open.
he didn't pass to him.
He didn't pass it to him.
RJ doesn't know how to leverage his ability to get into the paint at will.
A lot of times RJ get tunnel vision, man.
That's why Grimes was in the corner doing his taxes, because his man knew that RJ Barrett, once he get ahead of steam, he not passing.
Nah, he gonna try to euro between 3 people.
Yeah.
2 and 3 people.
Try to draw the foul, like hell bent on trying to draw the foul.
Yes.
But to your point though, Dre,
they ain't calling fouls on him and Randall this year at all.
RJ need to concentrate on what he does well, man. Ain't no harm in that. When you know what your weakness is, you avoid that, man. Don't make it easy for the defense.
But RJ could have kicked that ball out to the corner to Frank Ntilikina, and we'd have got a go ahead 3 right there.
And you know what happened?
It would have been as easy as that. Kick that ball
Freezer,
out to
you
the corner.
funny boy. You funny.
You know what happened? You know what happened when RJ tried to be a passer? Like 4 turnovers. 4 of those turnovers, he tried to pass to somebody, and look what happened.
And I'm sick of people saying he's a playmaker. He's not a playmaker. Playmakers, you know what playmakers do?
But you know whose fault that he was a playmaker.
And
coming out of college, he was a playmaker.
Right.
The situation he walked into and what he was forced into these last years, they took it out of him a little bit. A lot of it.
The NBA is a lot faster than college too.
Yeah, but you still need the reps at a specific type of role to understand how to do it in the long term. If you take a guy out of a role, he's going to regress at certain skills.
That's why I'm so surprised Brunson is being so good at this right now, because he's been taken out of his role that he's for those years he was with Luka.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have this role, so and that's what the role. All through high school when he was at Villanova, he had the role that he's got now.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he went to Dallas. He didn't have that role anymore. So he's been playing out of position since he's been in the NBA.
Did you know what that tell me though? Is that he's a natural. He's more of a natural point guard, playmaker.
Yeah,
that's what that tells me. Because if you've been away from that, and to Dre's point, when you don't do something, it's just like you remember when you got out of school for the summer, and you didn't write all summer long, and when you went back to school,
handwriting terrible.
Where your handwriting look that first 2 weeks,
kicking scratch.
You know what I mean? So you got to get back used to.
Say, how do you write a Z in cursive again?
like for instance,
they don't do that no more, man.
They don't
written in cursive no more.
Exactly.
If Fizdale was the coach, that team would have been terrible. But maybe RJ would have been a better decision maker at this point of his development. Probably.
And all those players would have been gone anyway. Them players not here.
I'm gonna tell you, my only problem that game against Boston, even if we would have lost that game, I just hated all them turnovers RJ had.
Yeah, them turnovers were very
them things had me because you know, to remind me of Freezer, I'm gonna tell you when I was in school, and I think I better say this the other night, man. I remember when moms, you know, when time when the report cards come out, right?
Right.
My mama would look at my report card, she'd be like, "Oh, your grades look good, but there's one problem with you. Why you can't stop talking?"
Right.
The teachers used to put excessive.
Yeah.
So
mine was lack self-control.
It took away from my grades. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though my grades look good, those bad comments took away from my grade. RJ played great the other night.
Yeah.
And I was waiting on one of them nights, but them doggone turnovers, man. I said, man,
no turnovers.
Dog, boy, you making me remember them report cards I get coming home.
Right.
And Baba getting bad for that comment. Just disregard the good grades.
Right. But Mama, I got an S plus.
Yeah.
Y'all remember S plus?
Yep. I remember that. Yep. Super satisfactory. Yeah, I know.
That's like, for all y'all that never knew the E, S plus, or don't ever get a U.
No, unsatisfactory. What?
Basically S plus is a B, guys.
Here's a statistic for you guys, though. Okay. RJ is shooting 52% on 2-pointers this year. Last year, he was shooting 44%.
Right.
On 2-pointers.
That's great. Where he's shooting from the 3?
It's down. But
how bad?
It's still. Let me check. I'll check it right this second. Because I know his true shooting.
Checking? My bad, I missed that part.
I know his true shooting is true shooting is up from last year, but it's 3-point percentage.
Bro,
right
RJ is
27.5 right now.
Yeah, just stay away from the 3-point line, man.
Yeah, bro. Inside the 3, he's shooting 52%.
Yeah. But as of the last 4 games, he's shooting nearly 50% from 3 in the last 4 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he woke up. He woke up the last 3 games, 4 games.
So I'm saying the second half of that Milwaukee game has started, bro.
Yeah,
but you know what that though? You know what that is, Coach? I think it's less of my man not being able to shoot, but more of the personnel groupings.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
Because he's the one I've seen the most with all the. You ever notice that all these roster mixes, RJ's still been in on some of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And even Brunson a couple times. I saw them do like a different 4 and then Brunson with the weird 4. I've seen that mix a couple times.
That's why I think to a certain degree, I think they're probably trying to pitch a life without Julius. And I ain't even trying to hate on Julius and none of that, man. But we know it's a reality in this game that front office look at players, man. And after you at a certain point with that team and they feel like they can't go no further with you, they start looking to move you, man. And everybody knows. We've been talking about it for years about that combination. And them two guys.
I'm thinking it's more they're trying to find, I think because they're trying to find someone else to lean on besides Julius for one.
Exactly. Right. So what that translates to, if you find somebody who you can get away from them with.
They wanted someone to help them
with the weight. I dropped a tweet.
That's the way I'm trying to see it as. But I see your point too. It makes sense.
This tweet was before the Sixers game. Yeah, go for it.
Can I put it on?
Yeah. It was before the Sixer game, but it's basically what the eye test is showing all of us. If you interpret the tweet, it's something that you guys might want to be interested in seeing.
Well, while you're bringing that up, if we get this production we got out of our team this year, like this last game offensively, and people shoot normal against us the rest of the way, don't you think we're going to win a lot of those games?
Shooting 50, 40, 90, you're supposed to win probably 95% of them games.
I know.
But guess what, Coach?
They took a lot of open threes, though. They were taking open threes.
What's the likelihood of that happening?
Bro, I know they was making open threes, but not that. I mean, the open 3 percentage in the NBA is lower than what they made. I guarantee that.
Coach, we were shooting some threes that night that a guy shot a 3 to win a car that night. That's just how good that thing was.
Yep.
But the thing is, like, they started out in rhythm.
Yeah.
And when you have a bunch of good shooters,
threes.
When you have a bunch of good shooters in rhythm, it's already over by that point.
Their first 15 points were all threes.
And it's the difference when you got a streaky shooting team. A streaky team, but when you see them start falling, they feel good, and if shots keep falling. But
what game were y'all watching? The first 3, not you, but some of the people in the chat. The first 3 shots, the first 2 threes of the game were contested threes.
Smothered. The shot, the one Jaylen Brown hit with Cam tapped the ball away from him, he picked it back up and still shot it.
Yeah,
bro, you can't get no better defense. I mean, come on, man.
But he was already hot by that point, so it was already.
Man, I'm gonna tell you though, I ain't seen a team. I'm gonna tell you the way they shot the 3 the other night, man. Boston, if they were shooting like that in the finals, then boys,
they're the champs.
Right. They would have won the ring that night.
Right.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. The Warriors know how to play modern defense against the types of sets they were running.
And
because they defend against it all day in practice. They got them guys.
They got the horses that can do it.
Hey, Dre, and you know what they do too? The underrated thing that they do is they pinch from the corners on the baseline. And I know people are like, what are you talking about, Uncle Freezy? Let me I'm gonna just speak basketball for a minute. Mm-hmm. The dudes that cover the corners in their defense, right, also cover from corner to box. And they have Looney cover from baseline extended backwards. So basically, what you have to do when you penetrate, you have to beat 3 people every time you go to the rim, every time you drive. And if you kick it out, those same guys that pinch also reverse and go back out to the corners.
They play a quasi zone.
Right. And so when you have elite athletes like Andrew Wiggins, it makes Andrew Wiggins looks like he's the Matrix, bro. It makes it look like he's in 2 places at one time. But really, all he's doing is pinching in from the corners. And when
go ahead.
And when you tell a guy, hey, big dog, all you got to do is this. Once that ball is at the top of the key, once if you're not on the ball handler, this is all you got to do. You simplify the game. Now all you got to do is use your God-given talent. Your athleticism. You don't even have to be smart.
And Freezer, another thing with Golden State, though, when you look at them, is about talent too. Because you look at that team, and they've had this for a long time. Golden State has had the luxury of having players coming off their bench that would be starting in this league.
Yep.
Yeah, but they don't have explosive athletes starting.
But
until they got Wiggins. Who's an explosive athlete? You don't need to be an explosive athlete to play that defense.
Yeah,
that's why it's such a good defense.
I'm just saying their team is just loaded of players who know how to play the game the right way.
We gotta give Draymond.
Look at the system.
We gotta give Draymond his flowers for his role in that defense.
Right. That dude is tough.
Yeah, but he's not explosive. Clay's not explosive.
He's not explosive, but he thinks the game. He thinks the next step, and he has perfect communication.
But Dre, that's what I was gonna say is when you got guys pinching in from the corners, right? Like say if I got Ron is a small forward, he on one box on to my right, and Dre is the power forward or the center, and he's on that other box, and I'm Draymond, and I'm at the middle with my feet above the free throw line. Every time I turn, I'm telling Dre, no, don't go, Dre, no, stay right here. And then when the ball is reversed, I, in the pivot, am going to the other side to Ron, go. And so Ron can go out and be there when the ball gets there. So if they get a shot up, the shot is either contested or that player has to beat Ron off the dribble, right? Attack the closeout. But when he attacked the closeout, guess what?
The help is coming.
Uncle Freezy. Uncle Freezy is right there waiting on him. And guess who's behind me on the other side? Dre. Because Dre don't have to be in the corner when the ball is on this side of the court. Dre is right behind me as the weak side shot blocker and help.
And he's zoning, and you're zoning up as the weak side.
And it do look like they.
I know it sounds crazy to say, Randall could do that for us on our team.
But Coach, you read my mind, bro. What I'm
my
saying
bad, bro.
is, no. What I'm saying, no. It just means we on the same page. That's all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is if we are doing that, first of all, our defense is on a string because we communicating, right? Because think about it, if I tell Ron to go, Ron sees 2 players out there. Ron will be like, no, you stay right here, and then Ron will zone up between those 2. So whichever one of them get the basketball, Ron can go defend that player. And if another player comes, Ron can tell me to stay baseline, and then I can cut off the other guy so we don't get backdoored.
Communication is key, man.
They don't get the 3, and they don't get the backdoor, right?
And we don't communicate enough on defense.
Right. That's what I was saying about the other night when R.J. Barrett contested Brogdon at the rim. That should have been R.J. Barrett at the rim contesting. That should have been Obi. Because Obi is the 4, Randall is the 5. Why is the 3? Why is the small forward contesting everybody coming to the rim when they pull the 5 out of the paint?
The three is supposed to just peel off of that assignment and go to the next rotation while the help comes over.
The three is your runner. He's more athletic. He's a wing defender. That's why they call him wing defender. Because that he can run between is what Cam Reddish does. One guy gets the ball, he run to that one. The other guy get the ball. If there's no guy over there, he haul Boogie over there to contest that guy. Right? But when you got Obi up top with a why is Obi up top with a shooting guard and RJ Barrett is at the rim contesting Malcolm Brogdon?
That don't make no sense.
That's a scheme problem, bro.
Exactly.
No, that's a low IQ basketball player problem.
Well, that too.
You're a big and you want a small to defend the rim.
Common sense to tell you're not supposed to be up there that high.
Right, and Ron,
but I can tell you we don't practice it at all. So that's the issue.
But Dre, here's the common sense thing of it. RJ Barrett is a 6'6", 6'7", undersized, average to below average athlete, right? Why would you have him at the rim protecting when you are a 6'9" freak athlete with a 44-inch vertical?
Yeah, you need to be down there.
And you sending RJ come on, that don't make sense, and nobody mind.
There's no assertive leader. There's no assertive leader on the defense. You have like no defensive captain. That's
it's like if coach want to play running back and he don't never finish off his runs. Every time he hit, he just lay down backwards.
Oh hell no.
Every time coach get hit, he just lay down backwards.
Coach ain't gonna be on the field long with that.
Right.
Hell no.
Coach, as a running back, you gotta finish your runs. As a running back, you gotta have
I don't care
mentality, right?
It was a 0-yard run. A 0-yard run, you better be falling forward.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta be punishing the tackler, right? You gotta be punishing the tackler. You gotta make that
give the hit, don't take it.
Yes, you gotta make that tackler regret coming up. You gotta be physical. The thing with Obi is these little things like if you're a 6'9" freak athlete, 44-inch vertical, first round pick, consensus college All-American, college player of the year, why am I telling you that you got to play bigger than what you playing?
I'd rather Obi make the mistake being the aggressor than like shying away from a responsibility or being away from specific duties like that, like protecting a rim or being the help. Because a lot of times, like they look like they're petrified, like they don't want to leave the man.
Right.
And that
they look like
the problem in that is
to your point, they be looking lost. Yeah. The team look lost on defense.
Right.
And Bullock used to help us with that a lot.
Bullock, I wish we had Reggie Bullock right now.
Because he had a high defensive IQ and a motor.
Yes. Yeah, I wish we had Bullock right now, bro.
And you know what it was, just like we talk about recognizing.
And guess what? He played in Tibbs D.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
He wasn't going to try to do too much offensively.
No.
He was going to try to catch and shoot.
Yeah, he took what game to him.
And you know what I mean? If he make it, he make it. If he don't, he don't. But the one thing he was going to bring every night is what he can affect, and that's his defense.
Right.
I ain't never seen a game where I say, Reggie Bullock ain't brought it tonight. He just
Reggie Bullock. You ain't never seen Reggie Bullock out there trying to sauce nobody up on the ISO. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen. Now the thing, it sounds like I'm bashing Obi, right? But what I'm saying is if we continue to talk about the flaw in the defense, we need to point out the stuff that is the flaw in the defense. Dre, I'm gonna take this down for a second, man, and we can pick back up whenever you're ready, right? So what I'm getting at is we can blame Tibbs for this, but the thing I want to blame Tibbs not for the players inside the system blowing an assignment, but running this thing with these assignments in it. Right? How about we just say play man to man, don't nobody help?
There you go. That'll be better. That'll be better than you got people worrying about God waiting for people to get to the basket. You protecting the rim. We got 5 people worrying about that. You just stick with your man. Stay with your man. If he beat you, you better make sure he beat you in a way that you gave your all.
Right.
But if I see him blowing by you, then we're gonna have a problem. You're gonna come over here on this bench with me.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Obi can play up. I wouldn't mind letting Obi cover the perimeter because he's a 3 to me.
Right. Yeah.
And when I say I wanted Obi and Randall to play together, it wasn't in that small ball lineup. I'm talking about a crazy lineup where you got Hartenstein in there still, and then having Obi and Randall.
Even then, you would probably rather have Randall at the 3, bro. In my opinion.
I mean, I think with as far as like
because Coach Randall gives you the positional flexibility. Like for
right.
instance, if you put Obi at a different position, you worry. Oh, can Obi play the 5? I'm concerned. Can Obi?
No, like Randall can play the 4 defensively, but
right.
some of the offensive stuff, Randall could do the 3 stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Randall is much more equipped with agility to handle threes at this level. Even though like you still wouldn't want him on 3s, but he's better at it than Obi. Obi,
Nick Yak
like I
got
said,
a good comment in that chat too. Nick Yak said, "Man,
no, but I'm saying Obi
would be so much better.
Obi would be the best kind of defender for us that goes and covers that tall power forward that's just shooting 3s.
Right. Yeah.
But like he's the perfect defender for that.
Yeah. His
the shifty three that can dribble, he's just gonna lay him to the rim because Obi doesn't have the agility to stand in front of anybody.
Yeah, but, not sideways, bro. Not good.
He's gonna be in chance mode trying to cover up.
Yeah, my fear is if you get Obi going one way and go back the other way, Obi's going out the picture.
Obi's
every now and then
crumble.
He'll surprise you though and stay with his man. Every now and then he'll surprise you with that.
Yeah, every now and then, but that's when he backs off a little bit and gives some reaction time.
Yeah. Give himself some time.
He backs off and tries to assume where the player's going.
Yeah, try to guess.
Yeah.
But he's not like a corner that can mirror the receiver. He can't do that.
No, he's not the real Revis, bro.
And see, that's what what we talking about is why Cam is so valuable on this team. Yeah. Because when what y'all describing to me, I'm seeing Cam Reddish. Yeah. He's the only one who really can do that on the wing.
Yep.
And Grimes who stay hurt.
Yeah. Frank is just gonna have an injury history, bro. We just gotta get Frank healthy, bro. Once we get Frank healthy, in about 9 or 10 years, Frank will be straight.
But we go against a team like that's got a guy like you were talking about Brandon Ingram earlier.
Yeah.
Like Grimes can't cover him.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Too much length.
Like that's where Grimes. That's where his shortcomings.
Too much length.
Grimes is for the 1s and the 2s, but those
he's a 1s and 2s guy.
Yeah, I don't want him on 3.
Grimes either just when he wants to enhance his game, he needs to obviously keep shooting, get better at your shot. You can never get too good at it, and work on your ball handling and playmaking skills.
Right.
Yeah, because that's what I can envision him doing for this team.
Yeah, he's built more like a combo guard. You know?
Yeah.
And if you remember in the summer league, that's what they had him doing 1 and 2.
Yeah, I really like Miles McBride during summer league.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, he's the biggest disappointment right now for somebody who's not getting no playing time. Is because I know Freeze. I tell you what I call that kid, man. He's a disruptor.
Yeah.
If you want somebody to come and wreck a team offense, that's what he does.
Like if a team is just running pick and roll on you all day with a point guard, that's the guy you're supposed to throw out there.
Yeah, the Philadelphia game, the Sixers game. Even though we won, Miles McBride should have been getting minutes.
He knows how to fight through them screens.
Yep. I would have put him on Maxey from the rip.
And he communicates too out there.
Yeah.
On defense.
And he's a pretty good weak side defender as far as getting deflections. Like he knows when to help. He knows when to help and when to get back.
And he'll make you work. And he makes you work.
Oh, you gonna work. And then he'll pick you up 94 feet too.
Yeah, I like that.
But he's a Huggins kid, so it makes sense.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
It's a shame he's an odd man out. That's another reason why we need Evan gone.
Yep.
He's more the main reason.
We got too many players.
Evan gone from here
Deuce. The tweet I posted, it was like every lineup that has Randall, RJ, Brunson, and Mitch in it, we could substitute Fournier out. Every time we substitute Fournier out, we get a better net rating. But when Fournier is with that same group, we have a negative rating. That was the tweet that I had posted.
Yeah, we posted that 2 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah.
Do we know how scary this lineup would look defensively with Grimes and Cam in it?
I'm concerned about I'm concerned about Frank though. You know what I'm saying? Because the Philly game, Frank was plus minus negative 20. In the game we won by 2. He was negative 20.
He was just out of place, man.
He rusty and trying to figure his
French dude, no man. French dudes don't get rusty, bro.
Rusty.
You hard on Grimes.
Also, la rusty. Le rusty.
I'll tell you, Grimes right now is trying to find his place on this offense. This is where that injury bug being out all this time has hurt him. When Clyde kept saying he is behind the 8 ball.
Yes.
This is why, because he's got to figure out his role on this team, where he can get his shots. And it's gonna be hard you in and out the lineup like that, man. And I think he's my biggest disappointment right now, other than not seeing Deuce. Because
I was going to say that though, Ron. Uncle Ron, I was just about to say.
History says that injuries do not derail a score. Is a score whether they're hurt or not.
Yo, my frustration is we putting all this energy into Optimus Grimes, who's going to be a very good player at some point. Right now, though, Miles McBride is not getting any love.
Nothing. He's not getting a touch.
Right. And I think Miles McBride can offer the same thing as Grimes or better right now. Miles McBride hadn't been hurt.
I'm going to tell you what I like Miles McBride as, and I've always said this. With him, I like the fact of him. He's more of a pass-first point guard. And when you got a team like this team is set up, especially if it can keep Quickly away from having to be the point guard, I love that, because my best version of watching Quickly is when Quickly just got the assignment to take shots. Okay. I don't like that Quickly to have to try to create for other people.
Okay.
Because too much of that, every time I watch him, he's eating up the clock.
There's another adapt or die situation.
And if he ain't eating up the clock when he passed the ball, you pretty much know whatever side Quickly is on, that's where the ball going at. Right. He don't reverse the ball.
Yeah. He's definitely ball dominant, bro.
He is. I wonder what his usage rate is when he's on the floor.
It was actually not after the first 4, because I looked at this when we were about to do the Optimus Grimes show a while back, and Quickly was actually a plus 21.
Quickly one of the few players though that got that dog in him on this team now.
Yeah, but
the moment don't ever be too big for Quickly.
His efficiency still is in the toilet, unfortunately.
That's his biggest problem is he's not afraid to take the shot.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to take the shot, but you be like, no, Quickly pass it.
Yeah.
And then it goes and you be like, okay, good shot.
But he's saving himself a little bit because he's doing the rebounding and assist this year.
The thing that's so frustrating about Quickly is that even because his shot is not falling, he's still a positive influence on the team. Like, the team does well when he's on the court more times than not. It's just if he were to ever get his shot falling, we would avalanche teams when he's on the court. Anytime his shot is going, it's never a close game. It almost mirrors like I don't want to say he's like Stephen Curry, but it mirrors the Stephen Curry effect, where when Steph gets going, you're pretty much done.
Oh yeah,
the league goes from 5 to 18 in a blink of an eye. And it's not even necessarily just him making the shot. It's just the threat of him being on the court.
And it's demoralizing, man, to the team defense
and,
to see that.
And the pressure. Because what happens in basketball, and I hate talking basic. I don't want to make people seem like they don't know sports. But the thing is, coaches coach differently based on time and score. But like say for instance, 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at your bench, like, I need to give the starters a break. You know what I'm saying? But the other team is up by 13. The coach is thinking, dog, if I take out these starters and put the bench in, what's the lead going to look like when I bring the starters back in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that. It's like these nuances. You know what I'm saying? It's coach. It's like second down and 1. You know how second down and 1 in football is? you like, I could take a shot downfield right here off play action.
Play action.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But second down and 1 is like you got a 10-point lead, with a couple minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, but the defense knows that too. So they're not selling out on the run, right? What they'll do is they'll be halfway. They'll be like, we don't want to get gashed, but if we give up a 2-yard first down right here, we straight. It's only a first down. It's not a touchdown, right? But on third down and one,
pressure's on then.
Yeah,
that's 11.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the team knows that they got 2 downs to pick up 1 yard, right? Because if they take a shot downfield and don't get it, they still have fourth down and 1 that they can go for it. And so it's like these time and score situations. It's the reason why we give Tibbs a hard time, but Tibbs is always forced into these weird situations. Like, okay, we down by 7. I need to go to the bench. My team is not a good 3-point shooting team, and we always come in deflated in the third quarter. Do I leave Cam Reddish in right now to get some run and develop, or do I try to coach to win this game?
Yeah.
Right? And so Tibbs is always going to pick the latter. He's
Cam
always going to
gassed
try
the
to
other
coach
night,
to
too.
win the game. Yeah.
Cam was gassed the other night.
And the thing is, sometimes making the right decision is to win the game. Like sometimes doing the other decision that you're mentioning, as far as development or whatever, that is actually the right decision to win the game. But it's like his barometer gets clouded when it's specific players on the court. Like he
that's the
can't
crazy
really
thing
decipher.
is we're talking about.
But they hadn't proven it though, Dre. They hadn't proven it.
Freezy, you know what's the crazy thing though? We sitting there talking about that game against Boston. That was the perfect game for Deuce to come in, and you know why?
Yep.
Because Boston had it going. They was doing what they wanted to do offensively, without anybody impeding their way other than Cam.
Right.
And Cam was more on the wing, but right at that point of attack, man. Oh man, McBride would have disrupted their offense so badly.
Yes.
It wouldn't have been because they hadn't got so comfortable. It was almost like warm-up drills, man.
Right.
The way they were shooting. It was like, I'm like, come on, man, Tibbs, bring the man in. Boston shot. Boston made the amount of threes we took in that game, man.
Right.
We shot 27 threes and Boston made 27.
That's video game.
It's like Grimes is almost sometimes like a one-man trap because he'll pick you up and then force you to think or hesitate. And that sometimes that's the only split second you need for your help defense to recover.
Right.
And when we have guys like that, if we were to try to jump their screens or try to like trap or something like that, we didn't have the communication on the back end to even make that work.
Right.
There's a reason why like Tibbs like there's a reason why Tibbs like employs like Sims or Mitch or whatever to run up and trap, because we already have predetermined rotations. Like we know what to do in those situations when we have a traditional big out there. But when we have guys that aren't traditional bigs out there, the communication is completely messed up because there's no
so
chemistry. There's no.
What's a traditional big to you? Just explain it so everybody can follow.
A guy that can, for Tibbs, a traditional big is a guy that can protect the rim.
Okay. Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Like, are you talking about on offense or defense?
Defense.
Okay. All right.
So for Tibbs,
Mitchell Robinson, or what's the guy?
Hartenstein is traditional on defense for Tibbs.
Right.
So for instance, or Sims. So for instance, we already have preset rotations for when our 5 runs out to trap, like a pick and roll guy.
Right.
When we try to do that with guys that are like Obi and Randall, they're so used to not being that 5 in that specific role, they don't know that what the secondary rotation is going to be on the backside for the week.
Get caught out of position.
Right. It should be in that case pinching the corners, like I talked about earlier. If your big man is out that far, then your 2 wing defenders behind you have to run the baseline defensively. They have to go from box to corner.
Which is why you mentioned like, Randall's supposed to be the 5 in this scenario and Obi's supposed to do this. But they're so used to playing just the 4 There's no fluidity. There's no chemistry. We never tried. We probably rarely go in through this in practice.
But Dre, that's what happens when you have a deep team. When you have a deep team, there is no necessity for players to be positionally flexible because you already have guys in place that play that position.
I would say
right, because think about it, if you go small ball, right? If you go small ball, say you want to play small ball for 12, 13, 14 minutes a game. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? But that's 12, 13, 14 minutes you take away from your starting center group, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, because you're not gonna play your centers at no other. Mitch ain't playing small forward.
No. That's just removing that guy out there.
Yeah, that's just taking minutes away from. That's just taking minutes away from that group, right? But Tibbs don't want to do that. I don't know if I want to see that either. I would rather see Hartenstein and Mitch at the 5 for 48 minutes, and maybe some Jericho Sims.
But you know what, though, you ain't gonna be seeing Mitch for a while.
I know.
Mitch gonna be gone for about 2 weeks, they say.
I know, but what I'm saying to Dre's point, though,
just in general,
Dre has an excellent point. And I'm not trying to be devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to do here is like I understand where Dre is going, right? Because what did they say? Motherhood is a necessity of invention or something. What is it? It's desperate time covers. It's something.
Desperate measure. And that's where we at now.
It's like the only reason why we would go small ball is because we short of a big man.
Yeah,
and we have
absolutely.
Injuries.
You ain't got no choice.
Right.
Because otherwise we would just be running the same thing over and over.
Yeah. As much as we got Sims, you can see Tibbs really don't want to utilize Sims like that.
But that's what that last
game showed me.
The problem is, even if we had Mitch, we probably would have got exposed at the 3-point line, regardless.
Yeah,
because of
talking about against Boston or Philly.
I think against Philly, we would have lost that game if we had Mitch.
Okay.
I think both. Yeah.
We would have lost that game because remember that was the game we had 20-something turnovers against Philly and one.
Because once we have the two centers, he's gonna go for 48 minutes of rim protection, no matter what.
Or no matter what,
and sacrifice that. And we don't ever match up to what other teams are doing. We try to force them to match up with us. But the problem is when we do that, our offense doesn't click at that high enough level to force them out of it.
Ham sandwich.
I did this.
Ham and cheese.
This is an upgrade.
What is that? A Frank Supreme?
There's a boar's head roast beef sandwich.
Oh, you got that quality meat, man. Boar's head is quality meat.
Yeah, I got a hog in the backyard. I got a hog in the back. And he get nervous because it's getting kind of cold outside. And that's for people that live down south know what I'm talking about.
You gonna do on the luau? You gonna put him in the ground?
What?
You gonna put him in the ground and let him cook, slow cook?
Man, we got a pit.
Ooh,
come on, bro. I'm in South Carolina, bro.
Hey, man, when my aunt lived at on the island where they live at, this area called Wausau, man, every year they bury him underground and let him slow cook.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a pit off the ground. It's probably about 2 feet off the ground, and you done dug in the ground. You done got your coals ready, and all of that, bro. So you know what it is.
Man, I was just telling my daughter today, man. I said, "You want to have a barbecue tomorrow, man?" I said, I ain't barbecue yet. Really not since we moved to this house, man. So I was like, man, I said I'm gonna go ahead and barbecue tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
I got this recipe for some clam chowder I'm gonna make. I'm gonna try and make me some clam chowder. New England style, as far as I'm concerned. The only kind I like.
Saffron Cleveland.
Yeah. Hey, when it comes to the seafood, that's my thing. Going up on the water.
Yeah, but down here where we at, I don't know. I'm gonna act like I don't know about Ron and where they at, but where we at, we call that good eating.
Yeah. They say you rich, you eating that seafood all the time.
Yeah. They don't know.
Freezy or vegan, the tofu sandwich.
We live by the creek.
Hey, seafood was always expensive, even before inflation.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah,
but it's gonna be interesting. I'm interested to see this lineup tomorrow night, and it's another thing that's gonna be a telltale sign is how we move that ball early, man.
Yeah.
If I see good ball movement, I know we're gonna have a good night.
I don't think we may not see too much small ball tomorrow because even though Cat is going to be at the 5, their backup center does shoot threes, but he's basically a center.
Nasrion Reed.
Yeah, he's a center,
Yeah,
but
he's
he can
6'10",
space.
right?
Yeah, he's 6'10". He's
yeah,
more,
but he plays bigger.
Yeah, but he can shoot a bit, so he's more of a matchup for Hartenstein. I'm not too sure. We're gonna see like 38 minutes of Hartenstein tomorrow, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Where's Ricky Rubio at now?
Hurt. He's hurt. I think he's
hurt
re-signed with the
Cleveland.
Cavs. He re-signed with the
Cleveland?
Cavs, but he's rehabbing. Yeah, he re-signed with the Cavs.
And that dude stay hurt. Now you talk with somebody who stay hurt.
So what do y'all think?
Yeah, but he finds a way to play pretty good.
But he's a very good ball player. He's a smart ball player too.
No Austin Rivers killing us tomorrow. Y'all don't think?
Oh yeah.
Austin Rivers on Minnesota. Austin Rivers on Minnesota.
Yes.
I watched about 3 games. I didn't think I seen him play 1 minute.
Okay.
He gonna get 22 minutes against
Tids. They'll have him play against Tids.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's been getting DNPs the last 3 games. He's only played 18 minutes on the season.
He deserve it too. He deserve it. He coming in here thinking he better than RJ Barrett.
G League.
That joke gave that press conference that had everybody ready to run through a wall for him.
Yeah, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember, when we thought Quickly and Rivers was the backcourt of the future?
Yeah, they called them Quivers.
Called them Quivers, yeah.
And we're not a better team right now.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yes. Yeah, because he murdered the Utah Jazz. Remember, he went for like 20 points in the second half against the Jazz. He murdered Donovan Mitchell, bro.
Oh yeah, one thing, but that kid, he's streaky. And when he got it going, if you didn't know no better, you turned the TV on, you thought he'd be a top 20 player in this league.
Yes.
You would swear he Damian Lillard when he's on fire.
Yeah, you
light skin Damian.
You would the way he lays him. And then you turn on some nights, you'd be like, man, how this man even in the league?
Well, how he got a job?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, some nights she's like, yo, this dude might be an all-star. And other nights she's like, man, ain't that Doc Rivers' son?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about him,
I better see the same starting lineup as we had last game.
Okay.
Cam. Yeah.
Hey, but Coach, what does that starting lineup give you against the Timberwolves? If we gotta see it, what's the benefit?
Well, you know who Cam's covering.
I was gonna mention it. It'll definitely expose the fact that Cat can't play no defense for sure.
Okay.
Because Cat's gonna be out of the paint, and when you have Cat mobile, like if you're having Cat mobile, like trying to
slow feet.
I think we're doing.
He's awkward. He's awkward. And RJ's gonna be at the rim all night tomorrow. I guarantee you that he's gonna be at the rim all night.
I think you're gonna see him and Nas Reed together.
Ooh.
Yeah, because he's not gonna like covering Hartenstein.
Nah.
The way he moves around.
It's not gonna like it, but it depends on the coach because their best like the Minnesota Timberwolves' best matchup offensively is to put Cat at the 5. Yeah. That is it's going to be most explosive lineup. Like tomorrow might be another.
And you know who should cover him out there is Randall and let iHeart stay in the paint.
You should let iHeart guard the weakest shooter on the perimeter, or like you know how they have the weakest shooter in the corner often.
Yeah,
that's who Hartenstein should be.
They usually, and this is what some Knicks fans don't recognize too. NBA teams usually put the weakest shooter on the weak side of the offense to give them the most space to gather and get their shot up.
Exactly.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't put the weakest shooter right off of the ball handler's shoulder because if you trap the shooter and kick it out to him, the rotation goes directly to that shooter. That's the reason why when you see guards play, you'll see something like Darius Garland and maybe Donovan Mitchell who's a improving shooter, you'll have them have at least 20 to 25 feet in between them. That way it gives Donovan Mitchell, by the time the ball gets there, Donovan Mitchell can make a decision. Do I shoot here or do I put this ball on the floor?
Freezy.
Yes, sir.
Question. What's up with your boy Farron Hunt? What kind of deal he on?
He on a 2-way deal.
What Tibbs waiting on to play him some minutes?
I don't know. I would love to see Farron Hunt, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Now you talk about somebody who can D up.
Right. And hustle.
Yeah, he plays hard. He plays hard.
Right.
Yeah, he's
kind of reminds
decent size.
Kind of reminds me of Corey Brewer, but like taller and more athletic.
Coach, did you say he trash?
Excellent. No,
Coach, you say he trash?
I said he's got size too.
Oh, I thought you said he trash.
No. I said he has size too.
Yeah. He's active. He's an active ball player.
But he's light. See, Cam Reddish is about 20 pounds heavier than him. He's light in the rump, bro. Farron Hunt is I think they have him listed at like 6'9", 190 or 6'8", 195 or something like that, whatever it is.
I've been seeing.
Yeah, when I said size, I meant.
No. When you said size, I thought you meant length, like wingspan and all that stuff. Yeah. No, I agree with you there. But what I'm saying, but what Dre said though, I think I agree with. I think Corey Brewer, 6'8", 6'9".
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, long wingspan, super athletic,
high
energy, no threat on offense.
Always looking for the fast break. Like he'll get a steal and just take off. He may not get a good layup up. He might miss the layup, but he gonna get a layup up.
But the other team ain't shooting. My coach used to tell me that. Hey, Uncle Freezy, you missed the layup, but the other team ain't shooting. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's the little things, right?
Man. Hey, Freezy, man. Hey, fellas, I got to run, man. Hey, good hand, y'all talking tonight. Hey, Coach, I'm going out on a limb, man. I'm calling your boys tomorrow night, man, for the surprise player tonight.
All right.
Hartenstein.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hartenstein, double-double tomorrow night, man.
Yeah, I have a feeling, too.
I think Hartenstein going to get me 15 and 10 tomorrow night.
I think so.
And straps up, Cat.
And if he gives us 15 and 10, we win tomorrow night.
Ron, just real quick before you go, I know you're busy, you got to run. I'm calling this the Isaiah Hartenstein breakout game. I'm saying Hartenstein going for 30, and he gonna make 3 threes tomorrow.
Ooh.
You know he got the capability to shoot them.
You know why? You know if there's no Gobert, and Cat is not a defensive menace.
Yeah, that is.
And I trust his floater. That floater
nasty.
And if they give Hartenstein that 3 on the perimeter, in my opinion, if he sees 2 of those 3s go in, lock him in for the rest of the season, bro.
Hey, audio in the chat. I was going to say this earlier, but I got sidetracked. You know, Hartenstein in that Boston game, the 10 minutes he was out of that game, he played 38 out of 48 minutes. The 10 minutes he was out, the New York Knicks, only him, were minus 22.
That speaks to small ball lineup being trash, though.
Yeah,
it was trash.
The small ball lineup, like it showed some flashes offensively here and there, but defensively, that lineup is trash.
I'm gonna tell you what I do like about Earhart, man, is that kid play with no ego, man.
Yeah,
he's gonna get on the floor. He's gonna get burns. I like that, man. There ain't too many players on this team jumping on the floor for loose ball.
And he's happy for his teammates.
And he gave, it's Ron, the weird thing, I think it was the Sixers game. I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but they took RJ Barrett out the game. RJ Barrett was walking to the bench. Everybody dapped up RJ, right? This dude hugged RJ Barrett coming to the bench.
He loved being
like the goofiest, bro. We grown man out here.
When D Rose made his 3 in the game, when he came in, he's on the court running back on D doing this. Like he
took the
shot. He was so proud of him for making a 3.
He's a good team ball player, man, and every team need that, man. That was money well spent. I as much as I say I hate to see Sims not getting playing time, I can't be mad because I understand why.
Yeah,
I understand why.
Yeah, man.
Sims got to get his weight up.
So,
Yeah, because we saw Sims, he looked kind of like just out of sorts.
He didn't look.
He didn't have any.
Yeah,
he didn't have his
rusty,
legs
bro.
on the team. Yeah, so.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, I'm predicting tomorrow night too. We will see McBride tomorrow night.
I hope so.
Okay,
You'll see him tomorrow night.
Right. Book it, bro. I'm booking it now.
You'll see it tomorrow night because Worldwide Messner ran upstairs again on Tibbs, man.
Probably so.
Yep. We're playing the passing team. We need to play that nickel.
You know, hey, Dre, you know he done ran upstairs on him again, man. It's just matter of fact, Bleacher Report had an article out about Tibbs getting fired, talking about Tibbs need to be gone.
Yeah, if you read it, it says a lot of the same things that we say.
Oh yeah, everything, the same thing.
Yeah.
So, hey man, y'all have a good night, man. Shout out to the chat,
boss.
man. Y'all ready?
Thanks out,
Channel what you waiting on. And coach, give me a piece of that ham sandwich.
It's gone, bro.
I Captain. One quick Grimes coming right up.
Don't look for Grimes this year.
We call it
Don't look for Grimes getting
a deluxe Grimes, a Grimes Supreme.
Grimes Deluxe, bro. A Grimes Deluxe with Swiss cheese on it. Yeah, man. Hey, everybody, I'm joking with Ron Cleveland about Frank and Grimes. I know that's like, saying get in his crawl. That's like a rock in his shoe when I say that, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to Ron Cleveland. Shout out to Quentin Grimes, Optimus Grimes, man. It ain't nothing but love, so we joking around. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Y'all know what it is.
You can bust your friend's chops. That's all.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm excited about tomorrow's game. I honestly, 30 might be a lot to expect from Hartenstein. So I may need to reel that back some and say maybe 20. But I do feel like it.
If it's 100, like if it's a high scoring game, which I think it might be,
it will be
really high scoring game.
Yeah.
It might he might run up 22, 24.
Yeah,
because he passes a lot. He passes a lot, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, like he does this every game. He passes up. Like the shots he does take is one thing, but he passes up about at least 5 or 6 shots a game. He can probably take,
bro. A game. He's totally unselfish. Yep, that floater is his last resort.
And that is his high percentage shot. Like, if he can take a dribble and get to it, you'll get to it.
He was throwing down some dunks this last game, though.
Yeah, the 2-hand dunk.
People forget, and bro, that one hand putback though.
That only happened because there ain't no real center out there, though.
Well,
no real center
I understand.
But if
you look at it, his highlights before he came to us, that dude was catching lobs.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic, bro.
Once he gets the runaway, once he gets momentum, but he's not.
I don't know many centers in the league, bro. That dude, when he after a defensive rebound, if someone else gets it, that dude's he I ain't never seen a center his size sprint that much in a game. Yeah, like that dude sprints up the court and like, bro, this dude ain't getting that tired.
Yeah. The dude does play hard, man. The dude does play hard. The one thing I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, just because of the minutes he's allotted, like the centers that play 32, 34 minutes a night, they can't do that every possession. Because once you're 7 foot tall, you expend a lot more energy than a smaller guy. So you just be gassed. Right. So like he can you got a
bigger and that's the thing when that's the thing that people don't realize. The big men have a farther distance to run on the floor each possession. They run from rim to rim, where guards run from perimeter to perimeter. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between running 90 feet and running 40 feet or 50 feet, I think it is.
Yeah, when you play starters minutes, you got to pace yourself. Like you got to exert certain effort for certain amounts of time. You got to leave something in the tank because if you play,
he's still learning how to do that. I think.
Yeah, because if you're playing hard all the time, you're gonna be gassed a lot of the time.
You're gonna be gassed a lot, bro. A lot, man. It's the reason why the knees of a big man will go versus the knees of a smaller guard. You know what I'm saying? You always see bigs with knees. But let me ask y'all this. Have y'all noticed that Emmanuel quickly has been having to ice his knees during the game? And have the back thing on him?
I'm gonna say that is that is something that a part of the AAU generation coming up. They all ice them. They all ice their knees up and stuff now, just
In
to be on the
games?
safe side. Yeah, like they all do it just to minimize inflammation in general. They don't even want to get to the point where they're feeling a sore knee. They want it to be. They want nothing there at all. Like I know a few guys on other teams, younger guys that don't have no history of knee injuries, and they're icing up anyway. So they're just doing
that's
that.
Intriguing. During game the back support.
Yeah, like they're trying to do these things like precautionary, so they don't even get to the point. Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't even get
Talking
to
about
the point.
them things they wear around their waist all the time when they go to the bench. Yeah.
It depends on the person, but like some people feel more comfortable doing it. Like you'll see young guys with no injury history whatsoever, and they're doing it as
Yeah, I see
preventative
Randall
measures.
and Iheart always wear it. I notice.
And Iheart doesn't have like a major injury. He's just preventative, just to make sure they don't have the issue. And because you're a basketball player, your knees are gonna get inflamed. So you might as well take care of it in your 20s before you get to your 30s and you're already run down and your mileage is already shot up, and then you're just trying to stop the inflammation. Period. So like it depends on the guy, but I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay. This got me nervous, bro.
Because like a lot of the guys, they do their recovery after the game. They hit the ice bath, the classic ice bath.
or look, just like we're asking Tibbs, to adapt or die, and players and all that. The training staffs are doing the same thing, guys. Like there's so many advances in medicine and the human body and the physiology. Like the healing process begins immediately.
Right.
So I think that's their mindset. Like they're that's why you see guys, they have ice on their knees like mid game.
Right.
Like it used to be, once you ice, you're done for the game.
And we got to you got to take account. IQ's a bench player, so when he comes out of games, he'd be out of games for like an hour, 2 hours in real time.
In real time
before he gets before he gets back out. Not 2 hours, but like 45 minutes, 50 minutes when he gets pulled out.
You're saying basically whatever time frame it is, long enough to get real treatment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think some of these things like the electrolysis stuff, like they might be stimulating like the lower backs and all that stuff. I don't know what those bands are, if that's what they represent, or just the heat factor.
And like I don't know, sometimes you go to the games, you'll see them with the massage gun, like mid game, just with the massage gun. And that is a recovery measure just to loosen up your muscles so they don't get tense and you don't end up pulling anything.
Because especially these dudes just play that's what impressed me about I mean, I was already kind of impressed with Hartenstein already, but what impressed me was
the player.
Right now, he kind of is from the Knicks. Like, that's my next jersey, bro. That's my jersey. I want to get a Hartenstein jersey.
When's the last time you seen EG 14,000?
I don't know, man. He's on the DL.
Yeah,
you're gonna see him when he gets that triple double. When that triple double comes, you're gonna see EG.
I think he's waiting for the "I told you so" moment.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him go live with chess on Twitch in a minute either.
Maybe he's got something going on. You know,
remember he called like Mitch is gonna get injured or something within 10 games.
Yeah, he did call that.
Yeah.
And then he said he's gonna go in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and he's never gonna give up.
He's not gonna give it up.
Yeah.
Bro. And there's people that in this chat that I looked at today that were saying that would never happen. And there's a couple of people making a little comment like, well, you know, he might turn out to be better than Mitch. Like some people are saying that stuff.
Yeah, don't jump on the band. Yeah, they was killing EG when he first said it.
Yeah.
Because when he first came on the show, he was backstage and he was laughing before he even introduced himself. So I was like, yeah, this dude's a troll. Right? And then I saw the name. I was like, what kind of name is EG 14,000? And he was like, wait, just listen, hear me out. And I saw the Hartenstein jersey in the back. I'm like, okay. Well, if he's a troll, at least he is a cute troll.
A committed troll. Like he invested money into this.
Yeah. And so he started talking and he was listening. I was like, yeah, because I keep my finger on the trigger. I keep my finger on the button, bro. And so he started talking. I was like, yeah, okay. When's the troll part come? And then he started laughing. I'm like, okay. This dude, he really believes this Hartenstein stuff. And then he put a link in the chat. When he put the link in the thing and it was actually stats and read it by him, I was like, okay, yeah, this dude's official tissue.
He's not allowed on here until he has a Hartenstein jersey in the background. He needs a Knicks Hartenstein jersey.
Right. Yeah, I need to tell him that.
Like, well, he's a Denver fan though. That's why.
He's a Denver.
But I think he has a Clippers one, if I'm not mistaken. He has a Clippers Hartenstein jersey as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah. When he started off at Denver, he started rooting for him, and then he followed him after that.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. Go ahead.
He's in. Yeah. And yeah. I don't know how you could be a Denver Nuggets fan. What is nougat anyway? What is nougat?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
It's something in the Three Musketeers bar. That's what I know.
Yeah.
So
it's in the Milky Way too, but with caramel, and it's in the Snickers when you add peanuts.
Yeah.
That's yeah. People have been getting duped for years. Some people don't know that.
Right.
Those are the three phases: the Three Musketeers, only the nougat. Then you go up to Milky Way. It's got the nougat and the caramel.
Yeah.
Then you go up to Snickers. It's got the nougat, the caramel, and the peanuts.
Bim. Science.
You learn stuff.
Real time.
Fat guy. Fat guy analytics. Fat guy facts. That's our little homage to Halloween that just passed, because I know all y'all see those three little candies in here.
I was gonna respond to the guy in the chat audio. Like a lot of Hartenstein's skill set is dependent on chemistry and the ability to know when a guy is cutting, and that takes time. Audio, like they don't try to ignore his skills or anything like that, but a lot of those things are the nuance and the beauty of the game, where you have a connection with a player and it only takes like a certain head nod or eyesight that you see with someone, and that just takes time and repetitions for them to play together.
Yeah. But I kind of agree with Audio that when they were kind of have their offense in mind, quote unquote, it was built towards the five not being a factor at all.
Right.
Because they had Mitch.
Right.
Now that Hartenstein's in the mix, and they're like, wow, well, he's got all these. I mean, that's not wow. I think they knew he had the skill set. But now that he's playing more than they expected him to play, they almost got to rebuild their offensive philosophy now that he's the five. Because it changes everything we could do.
But we have like three high usage on ball guys. That's the thing.
Yes.
So you're never gonna consistently see them run like a high pinch post offense or run like basically everything that Tibbs ran with Joakim Noah when Derrick Rose is hurt. Like we're not gonna see a lot of that.
Right. And here's the thing. Like you get guys like Sherwin in the chat that just I don't know where you get your facts from, but so it's your opinion. But every time we talk about Hartenstein, he poos on his defense. Like there's so many stats that say otherwise.
His defense is solid. He leaves a little bit to desire on the defensive glass, but I can't really
help me understand that.
I mean,
he averages the most defensive rebounds on our team.
But if you notice.
He averages the most defensive rebounds.
Yeah, but hey, what about defense?
He's the closest.
What about defensive rebound percentage?
I mean, offensive rebounds he averages the most, but he's second to Randall on defensive rebounds. Okay. I misspoke, but he's averaging 8.7.
The percentage matters because.
Yeah, but you know how many times I see him? He leaks out the box out of the man away from the rim, and someone else gets the rebound.
Which is the
smart thing to
do. That's what you thought.
But I'm not holding this against him. These are the things that like the things that make Gobert, because he's so big and massive, he can contest the shot and get the rebound. And sometimes Hartenstein can't do that because he physically cannot do that. Like only certain players can do those certain things.
Cannot do what?
Just so big. Contest the shot and get the rebound. All in one sweep.
Yeah. No, I know that.
Not very many. Which is which is getting defensive rebound is part of defense. That's
how you end the possession.
Yeah, so that's part of
That's how you
defense. That's
end
the
it.
only thing I hold
end the
against him.
defensive possession.
That's the only thing I hold against him on the defensive end, which isn't like a huge fault.
I don't hold
because
nothing against him, bro.
It's not a huge fault.
Like most of his
4 or 5
defensive
only centers do that. So
like most of his defensive mishaps I've seen him have are because he's peeling off his guy to help someone else that messed up.
But here's how we can settle this, right? Here's how we can settle it, Coach. Nerlens Noel made $8 million, right? Hartenstein makes $8 million. Who would you prefer?
Hartenstein.
You know that answer.
Yeah, it's not even close, right?
Nope.
It's not even close, right? So yeah, just by that alone, just on that alone, I would prefer Hartenstein over the combination of Noel and Taj Gibson from last year, because Hartenstein does the same thing Nerlens Noel and Taj Gibson do, but better, and he makes $8 million. So I understand people. Listen, if I can criticize the golden child RJ Barrett, then Knicks fans can criticize Hartenstein. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to be even. Like, we want to call it fair, be down the middle, right? You know,
the only thing sometimes he gets mauled by actual like solid rebounders. That's about it. That's not even like mean or like debilitating about his game. Is just what I see. I like.
Is it too early? Is it too early to tell though?
I've never seen him mauled by anybody.
Like, okay.
Physically.
Okay. I'll tell you. I'll give you a Marlin. Right? A bear versus a rabbit, or Andre Drummond versus a young Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
There were games when we played against Andre Drummond when Mitch would leave the game with like 4 rebounds, and Andre Drummond would have like 23 rebounds. That's a Marlin, in my opinion, right? This is 2 years ago. I think we played Cleveland or somebody. Andre Drummond had like 23 rebounds, 18 rebounds in the first half. Mitchell Robinson left the game with 4 rebounds. That's what you call a mauling.
You know what it is? Like, we don't team rebound that well. It's usually one guy boxing out and Randall will come in and swoop in and get that rebound, and then we off to the races. I don't think we team rebound as well as we need to.
You think Randall is a cherry picking rebounder?
He only does that when, like, for instance, when we were playing small ball 5, when he was small ball 5, he was scrapping and clawing, like he was boxing out way more on the defensive glass for those boards for the Sixers, against the Sixers. But when we have like Mitch out there or another consistent big, like, you can look up his contested rebound rate. Like, Randall's contested defensive rebound rate is not that high because he's not boxing out and fighting people for boards. He cherry picks because our other bigs box out for him. And I'm not going to hold that against him, but you can look it up. Like, his contested rebound rate on defensive boards is not that high. Like, compare him to his contemporaries, like other guys that average 10 rebounds. Like, his rebound rate is actually considerably lower than other guys that average 10.
Yeah, well, Randall gets a lot of those. Yeah, like, he don't get those Rodman rebounds. He gets those, like, it kind of falls to him rebounds. I get it.
I'm not holding that against him. Like, some of those rebounds is because
I think he's a hustle rebounder, bro.
I feel like he tries to like go after them so he can initiate the offense, because Tibbs wants him to do that sometimes and create like mismatches, just him bringing the ball up. But like, as far as like, there's a difference in like contesting rebounds where you're like boxing someone out for the possession. Like, he's sneaking in there. Like, maybe that's considered hustle to you. Maybe that is.
Yeah, like that 13 rebound. Yeah. That 13 rebound quickly game. On about 7 of those rebounds, boxed out the whole paint, and quickly just standing there to fell back to.
Quickly could just like sneak in and hop up and grab it while they took the big man out of the play entirely, so he couldn't gobble a rebound up.
Right, and a lot of iHeart. And it's not iHeart's physicality. I mean, he's got a high basketball IQ, actually. Like, to me, I see him when the ball is about to be shot. I always see him looking for someone to put his body on. that's something that a lot of guys don't do.
Like for instance, the way Drummond gets 10 rebounds isn't the way Randall gets 10 rebounds.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So the top of the list is Anthony Davis, Steven Adams, Rudy Gobert, Nurkic, Drummond, Capella. I'm shocked to see Anthony Davis this high on the list.
But he's always been a high rebound. Like when he was
contested
younger,
rebounds.
Yeah, when he was younger, he used to get 14, 15 rebound games like nothing. Yeah. And he was like jumping over people and tipping them to himself, which that counts as like a contested rebound. So,
hey, you know who was in the top 20 on this list? Ooh. Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein back to back.
Yeah, they fight for their rebounds, like they're boxing out.
Yeah, I think this is a center stat. Contested rebounds, it looks like a center stat. Because it's Anthony Davis, Adams, Gobert, Nurkic, Drummond, Capella, Zubac, Valanciunas, Isaiah Stewart, Jacob Poeltl, Jared Allen, Porzingis, Alperen Sengun, who I think is a very underrated player. Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Jokic. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why I was like,
you hear that? We got teammates on that list.
Back to back. Yeah, back to back.
And the reason why I said maybe it depends on the role that he's asked to be in, because when he played the 5 against the Sixers, he was like fighting 3 or 4 dudes off for them boards at the end of the game. Like he has the physical capability to fight and maul guys for it. But if he doesn't Joel Embiid is
46th on this list, bro.
He cherry picks boards, by the way. I think Joel Embiid cherry picks boards.
Oh.
Like he'll get 12, 13 boards, but he's not really fighting for a lot of them. Like, but part of that might be he's conserving energy.
And everybody's saying that
weapon.
How Mitch is better because he's a better offensive rebounder. Well, iHeart's averaging more offensive boards than Mitch is.
Wow, this is a fascinating stat to look at, bro. When you dive deep into this, like
it paints a picture a little bit.
Yeah, rebounding chances. The person leading the league in rebounding chances is Rudy Gobert with 24.4.
Because he's always around
rebounding
the rim.
chances per game. And rebound chances percentage is 56.6. That's crazy.
What's our guys? Any of our guys on there?
They are very low on the list, Coach.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find a number by him. I'm looking for him right now. I don't see him.
No, I see a lot of. That's what I figured that because I have seen a lot of rebound opportunities fall at the wayside for us, like on box outs, and we don't get them.
I'm putting
the shocking part is that Kristaps Porzingis is in the top 20.
Yes, multiple times too, and no matter, and like I'm changing, like I'm sorting the columns, and he's still there. Wow, man, this is nuts. Giannis is there, and rebound chances, 18.5 rebound chances per game, and rebound,
chances.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. And then Gobert gets 24.4 a game, and he grabs 13.9. Yeah, it's not bad.
That is actually dominant. But that's why Anthony Edwards complains, because he's always in the paint.
Right.
He's constantly in the paint. Like he spends most of his time trying to avoid 3 in the key, like stepping in and out.
Our luck, he ain't gonna be there. That means Anthony Edwards is gonna go
off.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how good Cam is as a defender.
Yep.
Yeah, because Cam is gonna be on an island a lot.
I think he's gonna take. I think he's gonna take the challenge and try though.
I think RJ is gonna take the challenge.
They're gonna be dumb enough to put him on him a few times. I know.
I think RJ is in the locker room right, like Tibbs. Listen, man.
Please, I need this.
They've been saying.
Yeah,
I need this for me.
Yeah. And Anthony Edwards is going to score 47.
Man, when Anthony Davis gets going, it's pretty terrifying. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I heard Anthony Edwards. He had said something that Cam put up 50 on him one time in high school or something.
Yeah, like the way Cam's contemporaries speak about him from the same age group in the AAU, they look at him like he was a god.
God, yes, godlike, bro.
God, sham God.
Yeah, they talk about this dude as if he is Superman.
He's like he gave me 50. Well, he ain't gave
Moses
me 50.
Reddish.
He gave the team 47.
Yeah.
He was that dominant. There was a reason why, like when they went to Duke, they were considering a big three. It's just Cam fell off. They were considering it like a legit big three.
But you know why Cam fell off, right? Cam Reddish played through a hernia and an abdominal tear in his abdominal wall.
I did not know that.
Yep, he had a hernia. He had a hernia on one side and an abdominal tear on the other side.
And if anybody know a sports hernia,
bro,
that ain't no joke. That's a 2-year injury.
Yep.
Like some dudes will play through it, they tough it out, and it really does affect you.
Yep.
I think Damian Lillard had that same issue last year, or wasn't abdominal, something like that last season. And yet to
Donovan McNabb had it. Donovan McNabb had the same injury as Cam Reddish and sat out the year. Bro, he had a hernia on one side and then an abdominal tear on the opposite side. And I'm like, yo, if you get a hernia, how do you get an abdominal tear? I think what dudes do is they get the hernia first and then they try to play through it. Yeah.
And then if you're like letting it rip 40 times, 30 times a day, a game with a football, and then on top of that, you might get hit in that specific spot.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Man. Man.
I heard didn't that happen when he was on the Redskins? I think that was what happened on the Redskins.
No, that happened with the Eagles. He had a hernia. He tried to play through it, and you could see him hop along, like hopping. I'm like, yo, why don't you just get the hernia surgery? And he didn't, and then he got But with Cam got it against University of Virginia? I think what it is they had a big time matchup against somebody. It was early in the season, like game 13, 14, something like that. Or it might have been earlier. I think it might have been like one of those.
I think it was against UVA.
Against UVA. Because
he had like a big shot. He had like a huge shot to tie a game or something like that. If that's what you're talking about.
That was against Florida State.
Oh, that was Florida State.
That was against Florida. Yeah, but I think it was against Kentucky. I think it might have been. I think it may have been against Kentucky. And my man got the injury. He sat out the rest of the half with an illness, and then we found out after the season, they were like, "Yeah, Cam Reddish is sick." And then after the season, during the workout period, Cam Reddish didn't work out. He got abdominal surgery, and then he told the story about how he heard it earlier in the year. but he didn't want to come back to Duke the following year and just try it all over again because injuries are so random. It's like, yo, if he come back, what if he get hurt again?
What if it's even worse? What if it's even worse?
Yeah.
And he already knew he was gonna go top 10 regardless. So
right.
So it's just like, but like
that's the thing. Everybody got hurt.
That's the thing with like the 6'8", 6'9", wingy, switchable guy. They're doing things that the human body's not supposed to be doing.
Yeah, they always stay hurt, bro.
Yeah, the way he twists and contorts his body and stuff.
Look at Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Stay hurt, bro. Look at Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Jordan barely got hurt. Scottie Pippen stayed hurt.
Yeah.
Stayed playing through injuries. You know what I'm saying?
And Jimmy Butler's always banged up.
Yep.
The thing is, like,
he's tough though, but that dude plays through everything.
Yep.
The small forward in the league is always been like the most physically demanding position in my opinion. Because they're like 230, 240 and expected to run like a gazelle.
Right.
And then cover smaller
they're the
guys
tight ends
cover
and
bigger
DNs
guys.
of the NBA.
Cover smaller guys, cover bigger guys.
They're the long, like they're long and they're
Dude,
big,
athlete. Yep.
and they're still athletes.
Yep. The tight ends go the tight ends run the gambit, right? You expect them to run the seam, deep routes, run 9 routes, right? And they run all the other routes too. But then they have to chase down linebackers in the run game and block linebackers. Then they have to down block defensive tackles that are cut block, down block. Sometimes just straight up block.
And they got to block Aaron Donald.
Yep.
It's kind of like the unheralded position. Like they're like the catchers of if they were like because catchers get beat up
all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then well, then you got them DNs are like they're like 6'6", 280, and run like a 4.5.
Yep.
And then strong enough to be.
That's why it's rare.
Tackles.
It's rare. Yeah, that's why it's rare where you see one that can block and catch. Those guys get paid a ton of money. That's why it's rare when you see catchers can hit and catch at a elite level. Those guys get a ton of the money. Because it's almost like they're such at a premium that if you get a guy that's just good at one thing, you'll keep him.
Yep.
Hell, they got some dudes that they basically got a catching job because a marquee starting pitcher, that's his catcher.
That's his buddy. They got
he get a roster spot just for that.
Yep. Yep.
They gonna get rid of that though when they have the automated strike zone though. So. There's no more pitch framing and all that other stuff. That's gonna be
all that fooling the umpire mess.
Yeah, it's going. It's going.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey,
fellas, just gonna have guys out there with
I'm gonna get out of here so I can get up and do this Knicks morning drive, and I'm trying to do the Knicks morning drive at 7:15. Coach, you rock and rolling?
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I just mess around. Ain't no way. 7:15. Nah.
I just recovered from 36 hours in 3 days, bro. That's why I ain't been around.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe
night
10.
shifts.
I'm gonna try to get up like 9 and do it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do like 9 to 12. I want to get back on like 9 to 12, do that. And then that way it leaves room for me to do an afternoon show. You know what I'm saying? But when I get up and do it at 12, like 12 to 2:30, I really don't feel like doing another joint at like 5 o'clock, like right after it. So I'm gonna try to start doing like 9 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And do some. Yo, hey, I want to say thank you to Coach for inspiring us to do stuff like this. So Coach inspired us to do stuff like this. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Coach was driving in from work and he talked to me about some stuff. So, and I used to do a little something like that, but not with the video behind it. It would just be plain like a PowerPoint. But when I was doing it, I was like, yo, this is dope. I think I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying, do more of that and do more of this. You know what I'm saying? Putting stuff up there.
Yeah, that's good for presentation, man.
Who's Wally Zerbiak's girlfriend now? What's her name? She's a Knicks announcer too.
Rebecca
she's like
Harlow.
One of the female. Yeah, Harlow. That's Harlow at halftime of a Knicks game. We shooting so cold from 3.
Yeah.
She's like, it's so cold in the Garden, Wally.
Yeah.
They're one of 14.
Shout out to Wally Zerbiak, Central Islip's finest.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Man, knocked it down.
You know, it's Wally Zerbiak's fault.
It's Zerbiak's fault.
He started the trend of the 6'8" shooters that are killing us in these games. Because that's what he was. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Man, at least he made an all-star game. These guys ain't
Him and Austin Crochet and Troy Murphy.
Yeah, they inspired a whole generation of tall guys can shoot too.
Pat Garrett.
Well, I mean, technically Larry Bird, you know. But,
I was gonna say maybe it was Detlef Schrempf's fault, man.
Oh
yeah,
I forgot about him.
Yep.
I forgot about him. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here and go walk this dog around the neighborhood for a little bit, man. See if I can get him to get sleepy, man. Guys, we're gonna see y'all probably in about. I want to shoot for 10, but 10 is like right around the corner. So you know what I'm saying.
You know how it is.
And then plus we got to work. And then plus we got to work too. Got Mondays are always crazy. People email you half to death. You know what it is. I just wish there was a world where I could just do this full time.
Oh man, that's why we need y'all to spread the word.
It may exist in a not too distant future.
We'll see, man. We gotta
subscribe, hit the like button, notifications, all that stuff.
And to have to do an audio podcast tomorrow. I got to come up with a topic to do the audio podcast. So we'll see, man. I don't want to do a should Tibbs get fired thing. Maybe something. We'll get some inspiration. So thank y'all for tuning in, hanging out with us, man. We'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.